All right. Well, good morning, everybody. It is January 8th, 2025 at 9 a.m. The Baker County Board of Commissioners is now in session. I want to thank everybody for coming out to the first meeting of the year. Thank you for being here. Dear Father in heaven, I want to thank you for this new year, and I want to thank you for the opportunities to lead and to serve the people. Thank you for all the blessings that you give us, and as I always ask, please guide our words, our thoughts, and our actions. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, agenda changes and adoptions. Last minute, we did put on economic development. What are we calling that? Is that for the grants?
Grants.
And that was the only addition, correct? All right, so that is the only thing that got added. We will go next to citizen participation. Citizen participation is for anything that's not on the agenda. So if something you want to speak about is later, please wait for that. If you have something that we aren't necessarily talking about today, you want to bring forward, now is the time. Anyone online? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to review and approval of minutes. December 5th, 2024, special commission session minutes.
I read through them and did not see any.
I read through them. I
Problems.
didn't see anything out of place either.
I gave a couple of just typos to Heidi earlier, and so they were just small little typos,
Okay,
Okay,
but I'm gonna see.
but those have been turned in.
Yes.
Okay.
okay, good. Thank you.
I will make a motion to approve the December 5th, 2024 special commission session minutes.
Are you abstaining since you weren't here? All second? That motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 2 ayes, 1 abstention. December 16th, 2024, special commission session minutes.
Same.
Same for me. I didn't see anything amiss and I didn't catch any typos or anything, so.
Let's see.
But you didn't find any.
No.
Okay. Okay. I will make a motion to approve December 16th special commission session minutes.
All second. I have a second. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. December 18th, 2024, commission session minutes.
And the same.
Same.
Look great.
I
Yep.
had two that I sent to Heidi ahead of time.
Okay.
Okay, good. Well, thank
That's what
you.
happens when that was your job.
I'll make a motion to approve the December 18th commission session minutes.
All right, I'll second. Any further discussion? Saying none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All of December is taken care of. On the scheduled business, department update for the water master. Marcy. I feel like I kind of got a pre-run.
Real quick, last week.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just start. My name is Marcy Osborne. I'm the
Oh,
water
you're good.
master for Baker County.
Hold on. What have we got? Oh, have you got?
It's okay. We can just introduce ourselves.
Okay.
We just have some pictures and stuff we like to show you guys. So. Go ahead.
Luke Albert, Assistant Water Master, Baker County.
Luke Sells, Assistant Water Master.
And then we also have a new part-time person in Halfway. His name is Nick Tressler. Jay Sly retired
That's right.
after 48 years, I think, is where he was at as an assistant water master in the Halfway Valley. quick update. This year in the water master's office was a pretty normal year. We didn't have a whole lot of major catastrophes. We were about 2 weeks kind of early on our schedule of when we start regulating in the basin. And so snow just kind of came out quicker, and so we had to start regulating a little bit earlier than we normally do. Go ahead, Luke, if you want to talk about your systems.
My main systems are what we call the West Hills here, which is from Salmon Creek over to our Pine Creek here. And then mid-July-ish, this dries up and I go to Richland, run the Eagle Valley from July, August through October. Very similar. West Hills kind of ran okay. It's fire season, obviously, out in Eagle Creek. They had a couple things. They had a couple breaks that they had to deal with. So some stuff that was kind of there, put them back 10 days, 2 weeks on some of those. One of the main ditches broke. Just a little slough off, hit the ditch, sloughed off the ditch. Other than that, it was an okay year.
Okay.
I typically run Rock Creek and North Powder. So from Haynes to North Powder, kind of my general areas that I get to play in. If all goes well, one of them usually falls off, and about a week later, the other one picks up. Doesn't always work that way. This last year was kind of one where they both hit at the same time. So it's 2 weeks of kind of chaos, but everything else ran pretty well. Just putting in a few things to try to improve for next year, more measuring devices and whatnot, just to try to be more efficient.
I was gonna ask for maintenance this year, do we need putting in new equipment or measuring devices like you were saying, or what are you looking at for the year?
It kind of depends. A lot of them have some. So I usually go through at the end of the year and I kind of rate how things are because they deteriorate
Sure.
after a while. And so I kind of give them a 1 through 3 scale. And if they're still functioning and work well enough, then we don't bother. But if they're non-existent or falling apart, then we try to find a way to get them repaired and replaced.
All right.
The state of Oregon has a cost share program for head gates and measuring devices. So if you're voluntarily wanting to put it in, we have money that we have out there available to people to do that. And we've had last year 4 or 5, I think, new ones that were put in last year through the program. And so it's a good option if people are voluntarily wanting to work with us. If it becomes a requirement, then that cost share program is not available
Gotcha.
to the people. And so our biggest issue that we had really this year was the fires. We had a couple issues with people diverting water illegally when they weren't supposed to be, for the fire. And so firefighting is an exempt use, meaning you can, if it's there and you need it, you can use it. But we had an issue in Halfway this year. Somebody diverted water not authorized and was not being used properly. And so it brought to my attention also just an education opportunity,
Sure.
for people to let them know what is acceptable, and legal and what is not. And so that was kind of our biggest hassle this year was the fires and stuff. And so, but other than that, we really had a pretty good season. Jason Spree wanted to let you guys know that we are hiring, the state is, for a new assistant water master. We had Theo, I don't know if you guys had met Theo or not, but Theo left and went back to Colorado for another job. So I know he was a good one. He was a really good one. So we are hiring for a new assistant. It is a state position, but they wanted me to let you guys know about that.
Okay.
And so, but other than that, we're pretty good. I wanted to kind of give you guys, and I brought a couple extra copies. These are just our lake levels currently in the basin.
So that,
Currently Phillips is at 26% full. Unity Reservoir is at 34%. Deep Valley is at 50%.
90. sorry, that's not
Oh,
right.
it is
Yeah,
90, I'm sorry,
90%.
it is at 90%.
No, Powder River's rolling right now.
And then.
Yes, it is.
There's a couple, like a Waihe Reservoir is at 66%, Warm Springs is at 64%. But our three main ones that we really care about here in this district are Phillips, Unity, and Thief. So they're filling right now, so which is
Okay.
good. And then our snowpack, do you have one of those on there?
Yeah. This is just a quick rundown of the acreage and stuff we cover, our duties.
So, and then lake releases, we
Oh.
do, release some of the high lakes, in the Eagle Mountains. And then up here in, our Elkhorn Mountains also, but those are all lakes that we have to hike into to release that are used, for irrigation water. Our longest one is 7 miles, I think. Well, actually Crater's a little bit longer, but it's 8 miles or so up in there to release the reservoirs. Go ahead.
It's one of the main things that sets Baker County apart, is having high lakes and just the forward thinking of our forefathers. We appreciate it. Helps. There's in the Eagle Valley that I distribute, they get 25 to 30 days off 2 lakes. And then that makes a difference on what
Sure.
crops you can almost grow having that amount. So it's really a pretty cool blessing we have. There's a little bit of a delay.
So, most of our, so here's a picture of some head gates that went through our program, a head gate and a measuring device. Obviously the old one top left, now they have a brand new one put in, and then measuring devices at the bottom. And so both of these projects received funding through the state's cost share program. Go ahead, Luke.
Some of the off-season duties we do that we'll get ready for at the end of January through the end of April, 1st of May, Luke and I and Jason Yenchmal will go up and do snow measurements. Those are the 3 sites we're in charge of. So that's just a picture of that's Anthony, that's the Anthony site. If you've ever cross-country skied, there's 2 big orange poles in that meadow. We
Right,
do 6
yeah.
measurements before within the poles, take the snow water equivalent measurements. We send those to NRCS and visual pictures every year. So that's kind of our.
And that, their measurements help with the pictures on the left. That's our snow water equivalency currently. Top one, Luke, was.
Top one was last year, January 5th. In 2024, luckily we had a wet-ish spring. We even got snow on Memorial Day, I think my journal said. So that really helped carry us through. Whereas now we've had some early snows and we've been sitting on a pretty good snowpack so far.
That's comparison between.
A year-to-year
last
comparison.
and this year.
Right.
Good.
So that upper right, that picture on the right's where that other picture was, where we measure, Luke and I take measurements from pole to pole there and measure the snow water equivalent and send it on. Jason Yenchmal uses it for if we need to know if we're in a drought year or if we're in flood damage, kind of either extreme where we're sitting. And then these are some recap pictures from the fires. Scotia with delay. That bottom picture is one of the excavators that was working on the Waterbury Island ditch that had a break there in Eagle Valley, and then some of the Coyote fires. The last ones were the Burnt River fires. This is Marcy's.
Just something I didn't know where you guys were. We do help with Field to Fork with the kids. It's a program where they teach the kids where the food comes from, basically from planting and the process all the way through it and how the food gets to your plate. And they have a section on water and erosion and chemicals and things. And so I've been helping out with that for 5 or 6 years now.
I didn't realize that. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's a fun,
Good.
it's a fun couple of days. I enjoy.
I like that program a lot.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's great. You'd be surprised at how many kids don't know where their food comes from.
The store.
And something else that was kind of exciting this year, the DEI team for the state made a field trip out here to Eastern Oregon. And so it was just a neat deal because we don't get many people from the Salem or the west side to come out here. And so we came and we toured the Adler House, Crossroads, the museum, and then we took them just kind of a tour out and about around my place to kind of show them
okay,
of farming, ranching, operation, and how things work and different pieces of equipment and stuff, just to try to give them a different perspective from what they're used to.
Can you define that group? What is-
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Based on what?
Um,
Farming?
Nope, it's just within our agency.
Just
And
within the
so,
OWRD, yeah.
yeah, it's just within the Water Resources Department. We have a DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion team, where we look at different aspects within our agency
Mhm.
and also with, with outside our agency, but we work with them on different problems, issues, things like that. So
Interesting.
it's only been like 2 or 3 years old, I think, so it's a fairly new program. So there are some bumps in the road, but we're learning.
It was great. There was a secretary from Salem who'd never been out here and didn't realize what we do on the day to day, like distributing and they were surprised in a small town, like, well, what's a distribution season look like? And it's like, well, you get yelled at one day and then called the next day for water, and then you meet them the next day in the store. Like you have to have that, and then they were shocked. They didn't understand that coming from Salem, or just the little bit of disconnect that we helped merge together was really cool.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
That is, I talk to people all the time, and I was talking to someone on that side, and it's like, if we come out, could you show me a cow? Yeah,
Yeah,
I can set that up for
right. Yeah,
And-
Well, and
absolutely.
that, I saddled up a horse because there was 4 or 5 people that had never been on a horse or even around a horse. And so, I saddled up one of
you.
my horses.
I appreciate you guys being willing to do that. That's,
So-
that's great.
So that was kind of our year, pretty quiet for the most part. So
All right.
do you guys have any questions?
We like quiet.
We'd like-
Don't
yeah,
we?
Yeah, we sure strive for it.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen, but we work on it.
yeah.
So,
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I sure appreciate all the work you do.
you guys are welcome.
Yep, nope,
anytime.
thank you very much.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. All right, next up, Parks Department update. Next up is going to be the old Donnie Brulin show.
Yeah. Hi, Ed. Thank you for this.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for this.
Commissioners.
Good morning.
Let me preemptive apologize for having to be up here for so long and torturing you guys for an extensive amount of time. I do have a PowerPoint for the parks. We'll be presenting our update on that first, and I see Stephanie is working on that.
Printer still has issues with the
Oh.
color.
The what?
With the color.
So I didn't print those for you. Heidi did, thank goodness.
Okay.
No, I'm still having some internet issues.
Oh, yeah.
It decided to torture, it was fine yesterday morning, then yesterday afternoon, I couldn't fill out the application for the STIF because it just kept
At the
run away
depot or at the
at the
park?
depot. Yeah, but Stephanie's on it.
Okay.
We're gonna get it figured out. And usually, things break and the technician comes in and they act great. Oh, no, it was taunting her the other day. I was like,
For weather change.
This has something to do with the 4G, 5G thing and we'll get it.
Technology making your life better.
Technology is something.
It's better
Okay.
Hmm.
now. All right. Hey, those are a lot right.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we're gonna go over what happened in our parks. Hewitt and Holcomb Park during the year 2024. This was taken early in the year. As you can see, as the water's down. Today, the water level is within 2 foot of full pool. I have docks floating. I've never had this before with the ice coming on. Let's just wish me the best. So we opened the last week of March last year for the first time to provide spring break camping. Obviously, there was no boat launching. At that point, I could have almost walked across the river without getting my knees wet. It was pretty dang low. We'll be opening it again for spring break this year, and we'll see what the water level is at that time. On May 16th, we took our floating restroom out. Baker County is responsible for 1 floating restroom at this time. We have an order in for a second one. It is launched and pulled by our Marine deputies who do an awesome job. And we get it out there and get it anchored in, and it stays until the water level leaves in the summer and we have to bring it back home. And people love it. June 5th, we had our annual inspection of our floating restroom, of our floater as we love to call it. The gal there in the middle picture comes over from Salem. She is awesome, brings us signs and whatever else we need. Great to work with. And then CJ is our lead maintenance position at this point out there. Little lag time here. So this was July 4th. And you'll notice people had a thing set up inside the water line on the little bank that's there, the little shelf. And I was told we looked an awful lot like Lake Havasu. Never having been to Lake Havasu, I don't know. But it was a good time, and people had a wonderful, wonderful stay out there for that. It was kind of a standing room only thing. When the wildfires hit, we offered up the campgrounds for the firefighters to stay. I put out a single ask to the community that we had the firefighters coming in, if they could bring in any kind of toiletries or whatnot, that we would be hosting them. This is what we ended up with. It was fabulous. I am so proud of those communities out there. They gave so much. And you can see the note from the firefighters there on the left. They truly appreciated it. We were spared. We spent several nights watching the fire burn closer and closer, and then thankfully it did not jump the pool. As well as Fizz Springs, which is about 11 miles above New Bridge. The Town Gulch fire spared it also. I am so blessed to have that happen. That could have went south really, really fast. In August, we began the Idaho Power Bank Stabilization Project. This was a $3 million project funded solely by Idaho Power. And you can see what it looked like before. Everybody's used to seeing that with all the trees and whatnot. The one on the right is what it looks like now. They did a fabulous job.
With stairs,
There-
which you can't see.
Yeah, you can't
But-
see, there are stairs going down to the water level so people can have access to their boats or to the banks or whatever. It gave us about 30-foot more bank. So it's incredible, absolutely
It is.
incredible.
It is.
They'll be back in the spring to asphalt us and restripe. This is in front of the tent area. Once again, we had a bunch of trees. Those are all removed. And this is what it looks like now. That trail will be re-asphalted back in the spring, so folks can get down through there. And it just so happened that There's 30 inches between the Jersey barriers, which is ADA compatible. We'll be installing several access points for folks in wheelchairs with some bars so they don't go on down the bank. So we will have ADA accessible bank fishing at that point.
Donnie, did you tell me that they were gonna add more trees too? We're gonna
Well,
bring
we
trees
have
up?
trees we'll be bringing in
Okay,
the spring.
okay.
Yeah, Lisa is keeping those forests safe. Full power ahead to 2025. This year, right out of the box, I'll be asking for a vault toilet for Holcomb Park, so I can leave that park open all year, as well as an ADA non-motorized boat launch where the second launch is, and that will become a non-motorized only ramp.
Okay.
It's a rough,
It's a rough ramp.
it's not, and due to it, for whatever reason, it's not accessible anyway by
It's-
boat most of the year,
It's really
or by
bad.
motor, I should say.
So I'm working with 2 companies to get that done for us.
That'll be great.
That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
And will that be for the kayaker? Or if you're getting
Only
it,
for non-motorized,
because you're getting an increase in kayaking.
mini.
Yeah.
And it's ADA, so they can lower themselves using handrails and
Yeah.
sit down in.
So great.
Fizz Springs, like I said, it's just above New Bridge there by 11 miles. We received a Title II funding grant for that, a little over $42,000. We'll be replacing the fence, the exclusion fence, redeveloping the spring, putting in some troughs and repairing that riparian area. When we're done with that, we'll go back for more money to go ahead and get the rest of that 100 and some acres logged and brought back to health.
Fuels reduction.
So it's gonna be kind of cool up there. Natural resources, unfortunately, we do have to do the Powder Basin TMDL plan. Gonna be an exciting thing there. The Blue Mountain Forest Plan revision in BIC is continuing. BLM sage grouse and grazing, I can see is gonna come back on our radar really fast with the new administration. We have engagement with the state regarding the water quality issues beyond just the TMDL. And ODF&W has some water quality things we're working with too. And finally, after all these years, we'll have boots on the ground for the Baker City Watershed Project. So thankfully, we'll be seeing that. Any questions? Comments?
You're doing, it's great.
It looks good up there.
It'll look better. We have a lot of cleanup to do. But it's gonna be fine.
A lot of work to do after that project.
A lot of work to do. It's kind of exciting.
It is.
Okay.
What is the parks property offering?
So, the Palmers that own the nursery,
Ace Nursery on
Ace Nursery out there
Pocahontas.
across on Pocahontas, yeah.
Yeah.
Came to the city and I and asked if we would like to purchase their property for a city or county park. This property is in the UGB, not within city limits, and had always been, Mr. Palmer had always wanted it to be a park should he decide not to be in the nursery business. We visited with them, and of course, it's up to the commissioners. I told them that we did not have any funds in our park budget to purchase the property.
That is true.
But after talking, there's other things that, you know, they think they can sell that property for.
Okay.
So,
How about housing?
so I mean, so of course, it's up to the commissioners. That property will be coming onto the market.
Okay.
So there's no action item
No.
on
No
that. It's
action, I just, said
um,
not unless I really did poorly by telling them no and you wanna.
No, I
go
think
forth
you're
and-
right there. I'll keep it kind of in my hat and, you know, as
It's-
things come up.
It's about 2.5 acres. It's not a little property.
Is it, and I was looking at the map and I'm a little confused. Is it right across from DMV or is it? 'cause when you-
No,
when
it's
when you
not.
cut it- So it is
Ace
their
Nursery.
nursery
It
property.
is
Yeah.
the nursery
Okay.
property and I guess it can be split in two. Right now it kind
Because
of
when you
has a
put in the
wonky
address
line.
that was on the form, it kicks it kicks the Google Earth.
I know.
But that shows it pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
it's all of that across
Okay.
the street on the right, so.
And I know I didn't want another RV park as
mm-mm.
a county. I didn't want to really have to fuss with a walking park or something like that. And
There's no
other-
sidewalk.
And
It's,
parking is poor.
It's-
Street access is poor.
it's
So-
not, now, if you want to make a park within housing.
Right, true.
So, I think,
I'll check in with them.
Do,
Yeah.
because they're just starting this walk down that
Okay,
discussion.
yeah,
so
yeah, there might be.
keep
some
this and we
possibilities
can refer back to it. Thank you for that.
Okay,
You can stay there.
I'm staying here. I'm
Okay.
handing you guys this though.
All in
If
a
you
row.
could take one and pass
All right,
this.
I will open contract review board.
Okay, our Transportation Advisory Committee met on Monday and approved Community Connection of Northeast Oregon's application to come to the commissioners for final approval and application to ODOT. You have in front of you, I worked on it yesterday. The top is the original ask.
Mhm.
And then ODOT asked that we add a 20% line
Hmm.
on there. I guess we're keeping our fingers crossed. So that's on there also. The estimated total coming out of ODOT over the next biennium is a little over $600,000.
Yeah.
We have a rollover from previous years here in the county of about 100,000, a little more, but so we'll have about 740,000 to play with.
Okay,
The way it's broke out, I have the two Baker County projects, that would be the administration. And
Right.
as the commission requested, I did the 30,000 per
Yes, thank you.
year
yeah,
for that.
I saw that in there. That's
The project 9, you'll see it's a 5304 match. That is for the road department's planning grant,
good,
because we can legally match that federal money.
good.
And then the rest, of course, is for CCNO. This is the first time they've asked for administration money on top of their transit assistant money.
Okay,
So we're funding their transit assistant.
Mhm.
And then they want administration, and that offset Kane's
And for the public, can you define CCNO?
Community Connections of Northeast Oregon.
that sounds,
And they are
fair.
our sole public transit provider in the county, in our county, in Baker County. And you'll see
Baker.
them, they drive the little red buses around and the trolleys and whatnot.
Baker and Union, isn't it?
Baker Union and Malawa.
Yeah.
So this is what I have for the stiff. I backed it up so you can see the actual totals, so you didn't think I was making anything up. It's in your court now whether to approve it, so I can apply and get it online before the 16th or not.
So is this the grant program or position that we put out was to administer this grant?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Or you put out?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, so who tracks, so are you tracking each section?
Yes, ma'am. We do
Okay.
quarterly reports.
Okay,
And they actually do the reporting and get it to me, and then I'm not always easy to work with because I want things to match up. Okay, so receipt, if you have an ask, you have a receipt to match that.
absolutely. Okay, thank you.
So I'm grumpy over that. And then I file the report because we are the qualified entity. If the money comes to Baker County, we're responsible for it.
Okay, so a couple meetings ago, you talked about a $20,000 additional ask from them, correct? Regarding this?
For CCNO.
Yeah, was that?
And it's within this.
Okay, okay.
And Shane will be happy to see that Rides to Wellness is a little more buffered up
Good, good, good.
quite a bit. And so we hopefully won't run out of money for that anymore. And then because the maintenance and repair has been so popular, we left that in there, and that helps offset their costs to keep their buses
Yeah.
running and on the road.
I spoke with Joe and Kane after I found out that the Greyhound was shutting down, and they don't know how that'll affect their operation, but they do expect that it'll increase at some point.
I think it will, and Angie reported from ODOT that they're working towards a solution on that also.
Good.
And we have no idea how that's gonna roll out or look in the long run.
I haven't heard anything either.
Bring back the train.
I'm trying.
Any other questions? Other questions from the public on this?
It's been a long time coming. This is a lot of work.
Yeah, it
This
looks
is a
good.
lot of work. We
Lot of
do
work.
this
Yeah.
every biennium, and it is a lot of work.
Yeah,
I will make a motion to approve the stiff application. I don't know that I have to put a total to that. You want a total to it of the, or
Because
just
it depends
as,
on which one you get, right?
Well, both of them are put in the application.
it's up to them to
And then if
decide.
we get the 20%, we get to go down to that 20% budget.
So as proposed.
just,
I'll
There we
second that.
yeah, that's what I would do.
I'll second that.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you, folks. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Donnie.
Thank you for your work.
Well, you are so welcome.
All right, emergency management. I see Jason's hat. There he is. Come on up.
Morning?
The slip-on tanker.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so this is, hopefully the last time I have to bring this in front of you, but basically now to move forward with that slip-on tanker grant, for the 5 fire agencies to move forward with the, contractor that they chose, which was Cascade Fire
Mhm.
at the time. I did notice going over the stuff that obviously this was done, previous to Commissioner Caseberg coming in, so I don't know if you want a new signature
Can we
page.
just line through it?
Well,
Heidi?
you could,
On
or
the contract, can we just
I
line
typed
through
it
this
in.
and see? Oh, you typed it in?
Yeah,
Perfect.
so.
What did I say?
This is to move forward with
Yeah.
Cascade, giving them the approval. We went through that, awarding them then,
Yeah.
and then we had to wait
Right,
5
right.
days to make sure nothing went up with the RFP. There was no
Mm.
issues with that and stuff. So that was just that,
Because
yeah,
we do.
that
have-
document.
That's not the one you signed.
Right, that's Matt Wright's, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's that one. There needs to be this one. That contract. Is it?
Yes.
That's
Second
the only
page.
sign- That's the only sign. Yeah.
And it looks like this on the front.
Oh.
This is,
That one.
yeah, so this is attachment.
Yes.
I just didn't include all. of
You
it.
don't
Oh,
know.
sorry, no, it's right here.
So he has the original. Okay. I see
Yeah,
that.
okay,
We have that.
We got it.
but it,
Oh,
yeah, so we do need, what's this? button?
This is the one with her name on it.
Yeah,
Got it, got it.
it's a
got it.
well-oiled machine, let me tell you.
All right.
Okay, bring a new person on. it
Welcome to the
messes
fray.
everything up.
Sorry.
All right,
Thank you.
continue on.
So, yeah, sorry, that was all that I saw that we needed to,
Yeah.
was there anything else? It was just to now move forward with this, so now they can, once it's signed, now they can start
Then they
to
can
work
start building.
on it, yeah.
All right.
I was surprised, I guess I thought it was already done.
It is,
There was, once we got the approval to go forward, the fire chiefs wanted to review the scope of work one more time to make sure there weren't any changes. And so that's where it's like, yep, there's not. And so we are ready to move.
Okay.
I've had that stuff, so,
so do you
That was
need
the
another
delay.
motion to move forward on this, or is this just information?
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you
Sign
said-
it, go.
This is the agreement. I think you guys just approved the bids last time,
Right, we
and
need
then
to,
this is just the agreement.
With that company? Okay, I will make a motion to approve the emergency management agreement with Cascade Fire Equipment for slip-on tank units.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Anybody online? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
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 I thought I said aye.
Motion carries.
I'm used to sitting over there where I don't get to vote.
You can vote now.
I can vote now.
And no, you can't go to the back.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm excited to see them.
Yeah.
What's the turnaround? Do you? do
They, in their bid, they put up to a 10-month time frame. It can be done faster than that, where the other ones put a shorter, but would look at potential extensions. So that's where, why, you see like Matt had already signed that.
Yeah.
So as soon as they get it, they could turn it as
Okay.
fast as they could.
Good.
Is why that was previously signed as it was in that RFP packet.
So it is gonna take a while.
That,
Maybe not.
we're
this
already in the
fire
queue.
season.
Yeah.
We've been working with them saying, we're bringing this and having that signature. So we want our name moving forward as.
Do
as
we
the
get
units are
them
being
all at once or can they bring them out one at a time as they're completed?
built. I don't think we've got to that discussion point yet. Because there was shipping and stuff, including getting those out. So it'd just be working with them to see how that would best work
Sure.
and getting that stuff going.
Sure.
But they do make all their stuff in-house. I imagine once they're forming, the size of those tanks are all gonna be like that stuff. It's
Okay.
gonna start moving relatively quickly.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Hey, thank you. Health Professional Services Agreement with Dr. Willie Whittick, Health Officer. Good morning.
Good morning. So my name is Chastity Anderson. I'm with the health department.
What do you do for
I don't know everything.
them?
I'm I don't know what to call myself, an assistant director, moving forward to the director position. So today I am here because Dr. Lamb has officially retired from the health officer position. And so I'm here to ask Dr. Whittick's contract to be signed by the commissioners. She has previously been approved to be the health officer. There's no budget change for this. There is 3 requirements in the contract, and we have her insurance. Previously, she is our family planning physician, so we do have her insurance. That she provides service at another business location outside of the county. Her health department, which is EOMA, Eastern Oregon Medical Associates, out on 17th Street, and that she serves 2 or more patients outside of the health department, which is also EOMA. And that's out on 17th Street. The proof of that is the website, Eastern Oregon Medical Associates. And I think there's a picture showing Dr. Whittick's picture and also the address. And there's like a brief bio of the patients that she serves as well.
Sure.
So I'm just asking that you guys sign her contract today for us so that she can be our health
There's a
officer.
typo in the contract.
Um,
On page 4, under insurance.
Of course she would sign that.
I know. Everywhere else we put her
Okay.
or him or he and she. That was one that doesn't have that under insurance, under section 8.
So you said what page?
Oh, she.
Yeah. Contractor certified that he/she or she/he. Everywhere we talk about both, go down to insurance section 8.
Section 8, insurance certified, a contractor certified that she currently has instead of he.
So I can get that fixed.
And do you see it?
It's on page, you said page 4, right?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
That's right. Right there.
Right here. Yep.
He.
Okay,
That's the only thing I saw was just the typo. It's not a big deal.
thank you.
So we'll move forward to approve and just.
Yep.
If we need to resign, we can sign out of session if we approve it.
Okay,
This with
It's
the,
on
with the
it.
corrected.
It's on a separate page for signature.
Oh, very,
it is on a separate page. of her
Okay,
signature.
that'll work
Yeah,
then.
because her signature's on the very last page, I think.
okay.
And
Oh,
this
we
is
did
just
that.
for the 6 months and then we'll come back.
Yeah, so what we did was just do 6 months for the fiscal year, so it would line up with the fiscal year. And then it's normally, I think, a 2-year contract, And
Yes, that's what
so-
it states.
so we can renew for a 2-year contract.
All right, I will make a motion to approve the Health Department Professional Services Agreement with Dr. Lily Wittich, Health Officer. This contract will go in effect for 6 months to match the fiscal year, and this is at $2,100 a month, not to exceed 15,000.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor, say aye.
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 Goes through unanimously. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll get that fixed for you guys.
Okay.
Are you sticking around for the,
Yes.
Okay.
Other two?
okay,
Other two things?
sorry, we got you at the back.
Yes.
All right, next up, fair payment approval for Atomic Music Group for Taylor and the Train Robbers.
Did you read it?
Angela Robb was planning on being here, but she had an emergency come up, so
Yeah.
she's not here to present.
I've looked this over and I couldn't get a hold of anybody out there to ask, but it's, what is it, $2,500? It's just for the down payment, right?
Right, but the whole contract
Yeah.
is for
But we-
5,000. The
Oh, that's
contract
right.
is for
So we
5,000.
are approving the entire contract.
Yes.
That's all I
Yes.
wanted to
Because this
know.
came before us previously
Yeah,
in
this is-
session.
this
But
may
this is a
be,
different
it's a
band.
different group.
This is a different band.
Oh, did they switch bands?
No, there's
No,
gonna be a
it's
whole
a-
bunch of bands.
Oh,
music
Yeah,
fest.
yeah.
okay, that's
Yeah.
where
It's
I
a
was
music
like,
fest.
we've seen this
Yeah.
before. Okay.
Yeah, and there'll probably be more.
I guess I didn't pay attention to the name. So
And I probably should explain since this came about while I was on here.
Tyler and the Train Robbers. Okay.
I should-
Oh, I don't think so. It's not any financial contribution to you, unless you're in the band.
No, I'm not.
And you're not
Okay.
on the board and
I'm not on the board anymore.
So-
Okay, all right.
I will make a motion to approve the fair payment to Atomic Music Group for Tyler and the Train Robbers for the deposit to be paid $2,500.
It's for the whole contract of 5,000.
Oh, it is for the whole
Whole contract,
contract?
yeah.
Okay, the whole contract of 5,000, but the deposit to be paid of 2,500.
I'll
Sorry
second
about
it.
that.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Anybody online? Seeing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, facilities, heating, cooling bid approval.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So what you have before you is a request for approval for purchase of HVAC equipment for our tech remodel area downstairs, and that includes a 3-head mini split heat pump unit, which will be used for heating and cooling 2 office spaces and a workspace for the tech department, and then also a air-to-air heat exchanger in a fresh air ERV. And what that does is just bring fresh air from the outside into the workspace. For those that aren't familiar with that area, it used to be utilized as jail cells. There's no windows. It's kind of a center location inside the building, so there's really poor airflow. And so to kind of help out that new use, this will put fresh air into that area, just making it better for long-term use moving forward and going from there. We used an informal process, reached out to contractors. This project's been ongoing for well over 1.5 years. And so when we originally reached out with folks, we had gotten some interest. When it came time to finally finalizing something, the contract you have or the proposal you have before you, we're the only ones willing to kind of continue working on it with us. And I think that was for a total of 15,666. So
15,066.
15,666. So
No, 066.
066, sorry. I don't have it right in front of me, but it's a little over $15,000 for the components and installation. So the electricians are currently working on the project right now. They'll be putting in the infrastructure for whatever we utilize down there, but
Okay,
So,
yeah, I
yeah,
just.
so any
yeah.
questions?
I
Yep.
saw them out there this morning, and this
Yep.
has been over 2 years. It was in the works when I came into office in
Okay,
23.
so yeah, it's
So-
been long drawn out project, and
Not that
we're
that's a big
sort
deal,
of,
but-
no, it's just kind of the nature of it, but we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel on this one.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the proposal, Baker Valley or Baker County Heating and Cooling for 15,066 for the facilities.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Going online? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
25 is gonna be the year, right?
It's definitely the year.
Okay.
Museum agreement with Small Core for Armstrong exhibit.
When we were watching a movie last night that had these, guys come in and break into this,
Watch those kind of
thing,
things.
and Russell's like, you better show this movie to Lynn, make sure that this company is, solid on security.
Well, it's true. I mean, we've
I
all
know you
seen
guys
those
are-
Mission
you
Impossibles and.
You guys are doing more than what I was thinking with the old safe with protective glass over it and.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the issues that the one,
Yeah.
across the state that got rough is, they're just glass cases.
yeah.
Not okay. But, let's see, Small Core is the first one, so that is the casework.
Yeah.
And we've already gone through all that, so it just needed to be signed. I had Kim draw a contract because the company didn't really have an official one.
Is that?
So I reached out to Kim and I
Is
said,
that-
hey, can you, draw up a contract?
Oh,
This is a lot of
This-
money for a company that doesn't
This one?
have their own written. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Main Street down by, past Rock.
I thought
We approved. But we just didn't have a contract.
we didn't have a contract.
We
Yeah,
approved
we-
the price.
approved
Just
the
approved
bid.
that they were chosen
And the
and the
company.
price.
Oh,
And the old one, the one that's in our.
And
packet
kind of
has
the
Ocean
requirements
State.
for how fast they get it done and whatnot.
It may be changed in there.
Okay.
I
but-
found a typo.
That's one. Oh, see,
Yeah, it's a.
that made me nervous with Michelle finding
I
all the
know.
typos. I was like, I didn't look for typos in that. I
The
just
owner will-
trusted Kim.
The owner will compensate the contract for work for the firm, fixed price amount of $104,242.12, inclusive of Owl Tools.
Yeah, right there. I
Owl
missed it.
Tools,
And does Owl bring his own tools or?
Owl Tools,
Owl
oh, A-L.
I missed that.
Supposed to be all tools, but.
All
we-
tools,
We
not
missed
Owl
an L.
Tools.
I was saying it's supposed to be AI, so.
There you go. That could be,
Kidding.
makes sense.
So I don't know, do we just go on with it or do we have? to have
I
it?
think we can do it with that.
Okay, because
Change.
he signed it.
Oh,
Yeah, the contractor's got his signature.
yes, he does.
So,
So I'll sign both versus me,
Yeah, and I'm not sure
but they have,
if.
maybe they fixed it in here.
I bet not, because if he's already signed it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look for it. I wore the wrong glasses.
You're getting after me. too.
I know it. My room glasses are gone. There it is. Sure. Yes, it still has Bruce Nichols on it.
We'll have to redo it.
So, yeah.
Let's approve it to sign out of session with,
The
The
correction
corrections.
and the correction on Commissioner Caseberg's name.
yeah,
Okay, I will make a motion to approve the museum agreement with Small Core for Armstrong exhibit. With the changes to
yeah, we also.
the contract, the one typo change and Commissioner Caseberg's signature.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye. You sure?
Yes, go ahead and then
Okay.
I'll have another question.
Okay.
Maybe
Aye.
another motion.
And you, did you?
I said aye.
Okay,
I did say it this time.
okay. Motion carries.
Do we need another motion to sign out of sessions to get
Yeah.
it moving?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and do that.
Okay, I will make a motion to sign the museum agreement with Small Core for Armstrong exhibit out of session for all three
I'll
commissioners.
second it.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Saying none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Appreciate that.
We-
Yes.
We will get it done.
Okay.
Security bid approval.
Boy, there's a difference in pricing there, huh?
There is a big difference in pricing, but there's also a big difference in the system.
I see why
That's
knee
presented.
highs was less.
Yeah,
They're just doors.
Because it's just
Yeah.
doors.
So theirs would be, those doors would have to be with the one from Davis.
Okay.
okay, all right, that
Includes
makes
the
sense.
Right.
subcontract.
So Alpine
Okay.
is already our security company. So the door contacts and things like that are already in place. So the system that they're presenting will actually integrate into what we
retrofit
have now.
onto. Okay.
So, I mean, that's a big one for me, is that they already have a system there. They already know what they're doing. They have, proven to us time and time again how good their response time is and how they work with us.
Okay.
So I trust them as a company. But the main difference between the two of them is that Alpine's is a proactive system. It sees what's coming and alerts, and there's 24-hour AI and human monitoring. And that's huge. I don't want to review my tapes and see who stole my nugget.
Right.
I want to catch them before they come in the door, That's the huge difference between the two of them for me. This is actually the third bid that Alpine put together for us. Because he came to us with his Rolls-Royce system, way out of budget. Way out of budget. And he knew that, and we asked him to do that, show us what you can do. And then he would come back and we revised a little bit. And so this one that we recently got is exactly what we want. And I actually don't think you guys have a copy of it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
No, this one is,
The 105,000.
nope, we're down to 93,312.
Oh, well, that's good to know
Yeah.
because we were
Okay.
all looking at.
Having a panic
100.
attack.
Yeah,
100.
yeah, he just got this
So
to me.
can you
yesterday.
give me that amount again?
It is 93,312.42.
312.42. Okay. And can you expand on this part of the financial and budgetary considerations? Initial upgrades are expensive, but funding has been attained to pay for them. The future expenses will be general maintenance and periodic testing and camera licensing. The fees can be 3, 5, and 10-year increments. So that's how you're gonna budget it in? Or speak to that.
Yes, so right now, what he's got in this particular number of bid is the 3-year licensing fee.
Okay.
To where it's only 16,558 for the 3-year licensing of all the cameras in the whole system. So there's a separate license for each and every
Okay.
camera that's within that system.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, but it is available to do a 5-year or 10-year. The 3-year is just the lowest price. If we can afford it, we consider longer, just so that we don't have to re-up that. But if it was a 3-year,
Is there a significant cost savings between the 5 and 10 year?
it's decent. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say significant.
Okay. And maybe that's not worth it then.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that would make it worth it is that if their licensing fees change in the next,
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
3 years, and then we re-up for another 3-year and we're paying that price, where if we would have done a 5-year, we wouldn't have to pay that.
But you don't know that.
We don't know that, but it's kind of common, I think.
And the museum committee is on board with.
They are, yeah. I mean, I think this is good for, not only the Armstrong Nugget, but everything we have within the museum.
Yeah.
So it's the entire museum, not.
Yeah,
just
it's an upgrade for the entire museum. Right now, most of our security covers downstairs, not upstairs. So that, it would be a huge upgrade. Yeah.
Okay.
Thoughts? I'll move that we approve the contract with Alpine Alarm for $93,312.42 for the Baker County Museum.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Anything online? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Michelle.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna put the
Um,
it's exciting right here.
We're like really trucking along now.
Good.
Yeah. We're moving now.
I saw everything out on the backside of across from York's, the old display and everything in that cage.
Yeah.
We were walking the other day. I'm like, oh,
Make room. We couldn't keep them inside. Because then we're covering all the fire exits where those cases are. So, yeah. we
Thanks
gotta
so
get those out
much.
of there. Thank you.
All right. I think that's it for contract review board. I'll now close contract review board. Next up is secure rural school funding discussion.
oh, sorry.
So do you want to talk about that?
I'm not sure who had it up.
I didn't put it
Well,
on.
I did.
Oh,
I did,
you
just
did,
because,
yeah.
so the SRS is Secure Rural
Schools.
Yeah,
Safe,
Safe Routes
yeah,
to
Safe
School.
Routes. The Washington DC did not approve it. They took it out of the legislation that was in.
Correct.
Needless to say, that cut us approximately $850,000 from the road department, from the county.
Mhm.
And so I think that we need to write a letter
Oh,
to
definitely.
people, and if you want me to do that, I would definitely do that and have you guys sign it. I would be willing to do that with, and I think we need to call Cliff Bence's office.
I talked to Cliff.
You did talk to him?
2 weeks ago.
And what did he say?
Same thing. He said that the commissioners across Oregon and not his district, CD2, of course, was pretty well squared away, but across Oregon, people have got so used to this always being funded that they didn't really rally the troops and cause a big stink to keep it in. So it failed. It was on a military funding package, and then at the last hour, it got taken off to appease, I'm assuming the Democrat side of it, to get it pushed across without the debt ceiling and to keep the government running. So it didn't, after all that work, it didn't get funded. It should be coming back up in May, I believe.
But it's just not Baker. I mean,
Oh,
it's not
no,
just
it's-
Oregon, it's 41
no,
states. It's
it's-
41 states, and I don't know how many counties. There's a whole bunch of counties, and so everybody should be up in arms about this.
I think it's
Not
12
just-
counties in Oregon and almost all of the western states.
Mhm.
So,
So we all received the information from Mark Bennett, the
Yes.
work that he had done previously and everything. I talked to him extensively about it, and I will be meeting with him soon to move forward on communications with Cliff Bence and.
Okay, so don't do anything at
and
this point.
others. No,
Okay,
you can do, whatever you want, but I wanted to let you know that, I mean, you can write
okay.
letters all day long. That's good. They hear from, from all of us. But just to let you know that I am working with Mark on that and some other legislative issues coming forward, forest issues and different things. So just because he worked extensively with that and a couple other issues that are coming up.
we need to talk to the Eastern Oregon Association of Counties, next meeting that comes out next
That's coming up the end of this month.
13th.
14th.
14th.
No,
It's
no.
the same day as that after action plan and bail. So
Correct. And
Yeah.
the meeting is in John Day,
When, I don't
it's
have that
in
on my
Vail.
calendar.
What the
17th.
the after?
Oh.
Oh,
No,
For
the
the-
EOCA meeting, or no, wait. Okay, yeah, we'll get that nailed. I know the
Yeah.
I was
EOCA
gonna say-
meeting is.
So-
Because I don't have that on my calendar.
yeah. So anyway, well, we need to figure out
EOCA,
who's going to what. I was planning on going to Vail, but
Yeah, oh, EOCA meeting, yes, January 17th,
Oh, I'm
but
at,
I don't
I'm at
have, I don't
AOC.
have a location.
okay.
I'm at
I-
AOC. I'm at County College.
Look at you.
Already.
Very
Starts-
busy.
starts
Through June
to
with
get-
that.
Okay. Anyway, we do need to get, and I had talked to Noodle, the roadmaster, to kind of start talking to his other roadmasters that are affected across the state
Yes.
and start
Mhm.
sending that out to their
Right.
representatives. So,
And I did plan on being at the EOCA meeting, especially because this year I'm rolling into AOC District One Vice Chair again. So,
good.
for our District One.
so.
Well, maybe I'll hold off on the letter until after that meeting and we'll kind of figure out what's going on. If they're
There's quite a
gonna-
bit to put together, and with
Okay.
Noodle, I talked with Noodle about it, you know,
Yeah.
after the fact. So, yeah, there's quite a bit to it.
Okay.
But hit them as hard as we can.
So it's March won't be very far out, so we do need to put rally the troops and get a big push for it this time. If we could ever get it permanently funded, that'd be fantastic.
And that was one thing that Mark was talking about, past Commissioner Bennett was codifying that this time around, where he thought it was pretty
Yeah.
solid.
Okay,
So,
good. All right, is that all for that?
yes,
All right, we'll move on to,
unless Noodle had anything else that he wanted, I mean, because specifically it affects the road department. Do you have anything else on that?
I don't have anything to add other than when you're reaching out, mention that over the years that he's ratcheting it down by 5, 10, 50%. You need to go back to the original numbers from the 80s.
yeah,
That's where we need to start from if we're going to shoot for a fully funded.
is that the 30-50 formula,
No,
or is that different?
no, it's different. It's just the starting numbers.
Oh, I see,
From their
okay.
timber receipts back in the 80s.
Oh, okay, so timber receipt sales, okay,
We've been ratcheting down every year lately. So-
right, okay.
Super. Thank you.
All right, Baker County Economic Development Grant Approval.
Hello, Jerry.
Good morning.
How are y'all?
Good.
Appreciate the opportunity to present this to you. Looking for your approval. You should have the information available for the first cycle that we did for the Baker County Economic Development grants. As most of you are probably aware, the purpose of the grant is to support existing and new businesses in the county. This is our first cycle of grants, and you can see that we had 23 recipients for a total of $92,500. And so obviously the purpose of that I've stated, but I also like to point out that we've got a committee that developed this and has done an outstanding job. And that committee was Doug Gaslin, along with Jeff Nelson, and of course, Brian Twite, our economic developer.
They've had a lot of hours in.
Oh, a tremendous amount of hours, because you end up, like I said, you have 23 recipients in the fall cycle, and you interview every one of those.
Right.
And that's a 2-day process to interview them all. And so we're excited to be able to develop the program and begin to help businesses. And so the recommendation before you is for the $92,500 for the fall cycle, and then I'll go to the separate recommendation if you approve that.
Okay, this is actually the second.
Well, the second
We-
cycle,
This
that's
is the
correct.
second cycle.
Yeah.
And,
I thought we,
Third
I was
cycle
gonna
will be
say,
next.
I was gonna say, I
Yes.
thought we already did this, yeah.
Yeah, we did do one.
and
Okay.
just so everybody knows that this is anonymous, we don't see the names of the businesses. It's just the business number, 23 businesses, and the amounts that they're being awarded. And I don't know if you mentioned it or not, but they're available up to $10,000.
That's correct.
None of these meet the 10,000. It looks like the highest is 6,
Seven.
maybe
Seven.
6, 7. There's one at 7,000. So it's great. The first round, I talked to some of the recipients, the
They were
business
excited?
owners. They are ecstatic.
Yeah.
I mean, they had me go. The ladies at the floral department had me, or floral shop had me go in and look at their freezer.
Yeah, and for
They're
them
so
to
happy.
reapply for this, if they wanted to reapply, they had to check all the.
Yep.
They had to do everything that was.
So they have to
needed
complete everything that
Everything.
they say they're gonna do in their original grant.
Before they get
An
the,
original request. So
Yep.
once that's completed, then they're eligible to move forward. And there are a lot more applicants than what you see here, but not
Yes.
all of them complete the process.
Wasn't there over 30?
The 30, was Brian here? I think it was 35.
it says in here 38.
38. Yeah. So, and it'll keep rolling. So this is great. I love it.
And it's the hope as we continue to increase that fund, that we can even give a more per request total or meet the needs of more businesses.
And just to clarify, it's not for employees.
Yep.
It is strictly for
That's correct. Thank you for pointing that out.
any improvements to their
Improvements.
business, any needs improvements. So,
So do we need to make a motion then to approve the 92.5? Thank you. You got it.
yes.
Okay.
Please.
yes, I will make a motion to approve the 23 applicants for the Baker County Economic Development grants. Total of $92,500.
I'll second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Tom?
What's the source of this funding money?
Well-
Taxpayer money.
TRT is our biggest transient room tax. It's the biggest supporter for the fund. And then we have some lottery funds also that generate revenue that goes into the EDC, goes to the EDC, Economic Development Council. And so those funds are distributed this way.
And any further questions, you have to take the podium and state your name and your address, please. Thank you.
I'm on top.
All right, any further discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Second recommendation that I would request that you consider is, in order to be able to fund this project, we have to move money from what's called our 318, which is where those revenue sources come in, and we move it to a special projects fund 218. And so you need to be able to approve that, or you should approve that. So it's going from one fund to the other for us to be able to do special projects like this. So the request here is in a total of $80,000 to move from 318 to 218 for the next cycle, which comes up in April.
So there's enough in there to fund the 92.5.
That's correct.
Okay.
Because the night.
Yes,
or
it was
more,
moved previous.
or potentially more, because there's some funds left over. We didn't
Okay.
spend the whole 218 total.
Okay.
And there was seed money, there was money in there.
That's correct.
Then the money was so there was the
Okay.
initial money, then it was transferred over for the first round and this
Got it.
round, and now
We
we're
need it for the
looking at
next
a
one.
third
Okay.
round, seeing the need.
So I will move to approve the transfer of $80,000 from your 318 account to the 218 account for the grant applications.
From
Awesome.
218 to 318.
218 to 318, whichever one. No, we wanted it from
We go the other way,
318.
then we're broke.
It goes from 318 to 218.
218 to 318.
Okay, let me restate that motion. I make a motion to approve the moving the money from the 218 account to the 318 account for the $80,000 for grant funding going forward.
I'll second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you for your.
Go
support.
make some more people happy.
Well, that's a nice change.
All right, next up is order number 2025, amending order 97-229, defining the duties of commissioners.
Okay, now, if I could start off.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, come on up, but I just wanted to clarify some misinformation that has been given so far on this, and just to kind of kick it off. So the need in this, it's a two-part. It's the commissioner duties, and then it's also adding a full-time administrator as a hired employee of the county, not elected. And I brought this forward. I prepared the proposal, which is just a proposal. It is a draft proposal. And in order to bring a proposal together to the board, I did my due diligence in setting out the two draft orders so that they can be reviewed. It doesn't mean that anything will be decided on today. It doesn't mean that it won't. So either way, this is something that I feel as a need. So why my need? It is my duty as commissioner to see where we are falling short and may need improvements or changes. Yes, I was against this coming in when I was campaigning. I wasn't in here. I didn't see internally what was the need. I didn't see internally the stress on the administration. I didn't understand a lot of why Commissioner Nichols and Commissioner Bennett were in favor of a change of chairs to divide out the administrative duties was their take on it. This is a little bit different than what they were asking because of the addition of a full-time administrator. So yes, I was against it. After being in here for 2 years, I do see the effects on our administrative staff, the stress, the adverse effects, and on the administrative staff due to administrative duties. The facts are, and I know everybody loves social media, but facts are, I'm not targeting Commissioner Alderson. I consider him a friend. There is no infighting. We work very well together, and I am positive that he is performing the job of Commissioner Chair to the best of his ability. This is about county first. This is about getting the job done, and this is about getting the administrative duties done without the stress and adverse effects to our administration as it is currently. I really am concerned about the workload that is put on our administrative staff throughout the county at this point. So I'm glad that you're all here. That means that you're engaged, and I look forward to your comments. One thing that I am going to ask that have asked them is that when you comment this morning, we have to limit it to 3 minutes each to ensure everyone has a chance to speak. We will not tolerate any personal attacks. You will be stopped. Okay? This is not a place for personal attacks. I'm not targeting you. It's not the place for it. I would like you to, what I would like to know when you go up there for your 3 minutes, if you have time, if you could please tell me how you received the information that compelled you to come speak before us today. I only heard from internal staff and past commissioners so far. The landline to my office is always forward to this county phone. This county phone is always on me 24/7. I heard from nobody. So hopefully today will kind of clarify all of that, and know that I am always here. You can email, text me, call me, whatever. I'm very, very transparent there. I would also like to know, if possible, your expertise and knowledge in the inner workings of our county administration. That is, your direct experience and knowledge of the $50 million business that is Baker County. What is your experience in knowing the stress and the effects internally that we are going through right now, that an administrator put in place, hired, not elected, would make the difference on those people? I know that past Commissioner Harvey will speak today, but I would like to highlight something that he said to me on Monday. Quote, the administrative staff made him successful. The administrative staff here in the county is excellent, the best of the best. And yes, they guide us. They work tirelessly to ensure that business is taken care of, the commissioners are on track, and they carry out this and many duties at the behest of the entire county's success. And it's true. We have a great team. To have an administrator in place that is hired, not elected, provides a stable administrative assembly for our county. This position will provide continuity for all county staff as commissioners come and go. They don't know what they're going to get in 4 years. Could be good, could be not so good. If we had an administrator in place, we would have that solidity. We would have that continuity of that person in place doing the day-to-day business as administrator. No matter who was in, elected, going out, coming in. As NACO states, which is National Association of Oregon Counties that we are a member of, this position also is not pulled by politics, but focused on the task at hand. We are pulled by politics. We do what the constituents want us to do. No matter if we are nonpartisan, it says nonpartisan, but boy, we get pulled into politics. And right now we're heading into the long legislative session, which is going to take a lot of our time to be engaged properly. The commission seats will still be voted by the people. We're not taking that away. And the duties of the 3 commissioners, with exception to the chair and the administrative duties, would be the same, but positions 2 and 1 would actually probably increase. That's fine. That'll push me closer to 40 hours. I'm pretty close right now, expected halftime, but I'm okay with that. I'm not asking for more pay. I don't want the chair seat. If I would have wanted the chair seat, I would have gone for it. And I probably would have gotten it. Just throwing that out there.
Cody had you beat by 2 points.
Yeah, you did. So Alderson came to me before he ever signed up to run, and he said, you should go for chair. And I said, no, I already signed up for position 2. I'm happy with that. I feel that I can do my best job in position 2. I am coming from a background of business. I know this county. I know the people of the county. But no, I'm not interested because I don't know the administrative parts of the county. And I want to make sure that somebody, whoever is the chair that gets in there, can do them properly and do the best for the county. So this is not something that, and I won't be accused of wanting the chair. This is not part of it. And there was also a question about emergency response. This will only enhance emergency response because we will have that administrator in place in the courthouse, ready with paperwork, with guidance from Sheriff's Department, Emergency Management, and the chair. The chair will still stay the chair, head of first contact for emergencies. Meetings, running meetings, doing all of those things that a chair should do. Chair is always going to be first point of contact. But like I say, this isn't anything that we have to decide on today. It can be something that we decide on that we begin in 2026 with the new commissioners coming in. I expect for any of the, like I said, I don't want the any pay increase for 2 and 3. It makes sense that if chair comes down and part of his duties are to head the meetings and be the first contact and everything, that would be part of his normal day-to-day, along with any others, but balancing so that we are as equal as possible. So that would be a change in future commissioner chairs for their financials. To that, Commissioner Caseberg has the numbers on how many counties within Oregon that have administrators now. And I reached out to Morrow, Umatilla, Union County, other counties, and this has been in discussion for a couple of years with other counties. Why don't you have an administrator? And here we are. I did look at their administrator duties, their commission duties, and this is kind of a combination of all of those. But
so Baker County is the statutory home rule, the Board of County Commissioners.
yes,
So there's 21 counties that have that in the state of Oregon out of the 36 counties. 2 of those counties are like us. We have Baker and Wallowa County are the only 2 that have elected chairs. The other one is Clackamas County, but they have an elected chair, but an appointed administrator. So I'm not sure how that all works. I didn't get a chance to talk to her about that. There are 9 counties that are constitutional home rule, which is the Board of County Commissioners, 3 have elected chairs, but 2 of those are appointing their administrators. So I think that what that understands is we're all commissioners, and then one of those is, they're not run as the chair or administrator, it's appointed between the chairs or between the commissioners. And then the other remaining 6 counties are the statutory home rule county courts, which are the judges, which we used to do back in the day.
Right.
And so when you look at this, there are truly only, of those 30 counties, there's only 3 that have an elected position like this. So I just did a lot of research and wondering why they moved that. So some of them have been that way for a while, some have been more recently. The information I got was from Association of Oregon Counties. It's in a new packet that I received that I'm gonna get going to county college. So that's where it's pretty up to date on that. So Lau County and us on this side of the state are the only 2 like what you have.
So I would like to ask Kim, if you could, before actual reading of the ordinances, which I don't know exactly when or where, if it's needed today, but could you please answer, I'm just trying to get some of the misinformation and questions answered right now. Could you clarify the order by which this was changed in 97 from judge to chair, and the order by which we are afforded today?
Sure. So I was asked to draft an order by Commissioner Witham that would, for the commissioners to consider the concept of adding a county administrator. So that was the order number 1 is the order that would create that position for support of the administrative duties. As you said, this concept has been discussed for years. And the order that I began drafting combined the issues of creating an administrator with changes to commissioner duties. As I drafted, it appeared that they actually are they could be considered as 2 separate issues. So what you have in front of you are drafts of 2 separate orders that separate out the concept of an administrator from the concept of from changing the commissioner duties. And you can, these orders are for consideration. They can be changed. They can be, one could be approved and the other not. Both could be approved or neither.
Yep.
So I will start with, if you don't mind, I'd like to start by just discussing creating the position. Can I do that?
Can you answer order versus elect?
Sure, sending it to the voters.
The voters.
Yeah, so in 1997, there is an order that created the commission as you see it today, and that was a change from a county court to a commission. In that order, it's a 1997 order, 97-229, if anyone would like to look at it. It assigns administrative duties to the commission chair. If the commissioners create a county administrator position and those duties go to that position, then it is logical that you would change that order. That 1997 order, because it is where you assigned duties, you can change by order. If it had been a vote of the people, then you would need to change them that way. But you can make that change by order.
By order. Thank you for clarifying. Okay.
Okay, so should I go ahead and go
Yes.
into what's been drafted? Okay, so the order that creates the position of county executive administrator and defining certain duties. I'll just start by saying the term executive administrator was included. That isn't a term of art. It's just a way of saying that this position is different than the current Director of Administrative Services. So this is a county administrator that is a different position. So in this order, there are whereas statements, and as you know, whereas statements describe why the commissioners are doing what they're doing. The first whereas statement, as it's drafted, lists out various duties of the county administrators. So it doesn't, there isn't any effect to it other than to just say, these are duties related to administering county government functions. And this list actually was pulled from other job descriptions from other county administrators in other counties that have this position. So the first whereas statement recognizes the increasing complexity of administering county government, and then talks about the things that are increasing in complexity. The second whereas statement discusses commissioners' duties, and the duties of commissioners that have always been, are currently, and would continue after, even if this county administrator position is created. So those duties include working with federal legislators and state legislators, setting countywide policy, meeting directly with the public, and meeting with other commissions and boards. And those duties would continue. And then the last whereas statement talks about increasing efficiency by having a professional administrator. And those all can be changed. Those all could be changed if the commissioners so decide. This order then hereby orders that the position be created. You'll see in the draft order that this position is an interim position. The term is defined as 6 months. And with the possibility of extending it for another 6 months, this does not create a permanent position. It identifies a 6-month period during which whoever takes on this position would look into all of the things required to make a permanent position. So you can look at the duties that are outlined here. It has this position immediately taking on the day-to-day operations of the county in cooperation with the existing departments, the Administrative Services Director and the Human Resources Director. The bulk of the duties related to the 6-month stint begin with section 3B. So this position would be asked to consult with the commissioners, consult with department heads, and consult with elected officials to get their input on policy changes that would need to be made in order to create a long-term position. So it's designed to take input over the course of half a year before a permanent position would be put in place. And then to gather input from commissioners, department heads, and elected officials to further define the job description. What I have seen in other counties is that each county defines this position in a way that works for their county. And that's going to be different for Baker County than it is for Union County or Wallowa County or any other county. So that 6-month timeframe, this position creates, or this order creates that time for input from commissioners, department heads, and elected officials. And then lastly, the last duty of this position would be to present those findings after the 6 months or at whatever time that the commissioners ask for it, to present the findings and the information to the Board of Commissioners for their consideration so they could decide if and how a long-term position is put in place. And the administrator this interim position would be supervised by the Board of Commissioners, and the Board of Commissioners would have the hire and fire authority over that position. So this order, as it's drafted, doesn't create a long-term position. It creates an interim position to further study the putting into place potentially a long-term county administrator. So the second order that actually does discuss amending the prior order and then defining the duties of the commissioners. That order would change that original 1997 order because that order defines the county chair as having all the administrative duties. Now, if you're creating another administrator, then those duties shift to this new position, then we need to change that order to have it reflect what they actually are doing. So these whereas statements just define the background of that 1997 order, and then say that you're now amending those duties. Section 1, it has a date in there of February 1st, 2025, and that's a placeholder that can be changed. That can be changed a year out. That can be changed 6 months out.
January 1st, 2027, it doesn't, yeah.
It could.
whenever.
As of whatever date you decide, if you approve this order, the commissioner positions 1, 2, and 3 would all have equal functions and responsibilities. That also can be changed if you wanted the chair position to retain certain functions and responsibilities. But if that's what you do, then you just want to be clear about it. Sections 2, 3, and 4 changes the selection of the chair from position 3 always being the chair, which is what it says in the order from 1997. Position 3 is always the chair. And this says that the chair would be elected among the 3 commissioners, by the 3 commissioners. That is straight out of Oregon law. So ORS 203-240 says that that's how the commission chair is selected unless you have an order that says otherwise. So since 1997, we've had an order that says otherwise. What this does is it goes back to, it removes that, and it would be relying on the statute for the selection of the commission chair. Section 3 is not in statute, but it was included as a suggestion from Commissioner Witham, and that's something that you all can discuss. It can be changed. It doesn't have, it's not required. It is allowed. And that is that no commissioner would be eligible to serve as chairperson until they have served for a minimum of 1 full year. So if somebody was immediately elected, then that person would need to serve for a full year before they could be nominated for the chair position. And then also straight out of the law is section 4. And this is how the statute resolves any issue where 2 board members can't agree on appointing a chairperson. Then the Oregon statute says the person with the longest length in service then acts as chairperson. Section 5 discusses all other duties of the commissioners. And I know that there are other duties of commissioners beyond administrative duties, like we've discussed above, that those other duties would be allocated between the 3 commissioners as agreed in a work session and then approved in regular commission session. And that's how you function now.
Yeah.
You'll have I know you know that you'll have a work session, you'll talk about all of the duties that need to be divided, and then that'll be approved in a commission session.
Tim, I had a question about that. I spoke to someone at the Secretary of State's office yesterday. They called me back, and the way that the staff at Secretary of State interpret this, where it says, except as otherwise provided in ORS 203-230 or an order under ORS 230, which the original order from 97 in section 6, as you just stated, did define that the tournament would be, the chair would be voted. It was their opinion that that section would still have to go to the, out to the people.
Okay, so when I'd be happy to look to follow up on that
Yeah.
and talk with your contacts. When this was first brought to me in a couple of years ago by Commissioner Nichols, I did some research on this exact issue. And I did talk with AOC and the attorney that represents AOC
Okay.
at that time. And that's where I was given the direction and the guidance that
Okay.
if the duties were defined by order, that the change could also be done by order. So that's the direction that I went based on the research that I did back when I talked with Commissioner Nichols about making a change. Now, and I'll tell you, when Commissioner Whipham brought this to me, I didn't do additional research. I pulled what I had already looked at because I spent some time on it and moved forward with that. But I'd be happy to talk with your contact at the yeah.
And there's a difference between the statutory home rule and the constitutional home rule. And if one is done by order, but one has, if you are the constitutional home rule, you have to go to the vote of the people. And I'm wondering if that's what they were thinking.
Hopefully that state official recognizes and realizes
Basis
that we are statutory
Yeah,
and not
we talked
constitutional.
about that.
Yeah, so.
So, and then the last bit on this order, and then I am going to go sit down and let you all discuss between the three of you. The last bit does discuss compensation. So intentionally, there is no discussion of compensation for each position in this order, and it leaves there would be no change to compensation unless or until the comp board considered the compensation for elected officials like they do for all elected officials. And so if you were to pass this as is today, there would be no change to compensation for any of the three
Correct.
positions that would go to the comp board to discuss.
And that's also, I can note why I brought it at this time, because if we do want to look at this for the future of, say the next cycle of commissioners, end of 26, starting in 27, if we work through it on this budget time coming into the end of our fiscal year, we could look at it now and be set and know where we want to go with that and where the comp board, where the budget is and everything else on that. So if we work on it now, we're not scrambling to do it in 26 while people are running and trying to get that budget. If we know ahead of time, it's going to make it we're going to be more informed and the budget and comp board would be as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a seat and I'll just let you know, reiterate again, that both of the orders are here for discussion. Changes can be made to both. And even long-term, you can decide to create the position of county executive and not amend order 972297. But that'll take some changes to the order as it's drafted.
Correct. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, and I guess just to clarify for me, I didn't have anything to do with drafting any of this.
I
think-
did. It was me.
And I believe you met with Commissioner Caseberg as well.
So Commissioner Caseberg, before she was sworn in, met with you, Bruce Nichols, myself, anybody that she wanted to meet with before she was sworn in, and that is her right to do so. So yes, she did know about it. She did ask about it. I believe it started with Commissioner Nichols. She came and asked me about it, and then she also asked council about it. So there was no planning or scheming or anything like that. It was definitely that I wanted to be prepared when bringing forth a proposal, that I'm prepared with drafts for you to view. I could not talk to you about it in person out of session, although I did mention it in executive last fall that I was going to look at this and pursue. And then in December in session, I did inform you at that time that I was still looking at it and planning to go in and present this in January. So,
Right, and.
So
I
you were
understand.
aware.
And I had other people that you'd spoken to come to me and say that you were looking into it, but I received the.
I told you that I was.
I received the draft order, or it didn't say draft on it when it came to me, but
Yes, after I did my due
it
diligence.
was on the 27th of December, which is Friday. So then it was the weekend, and then it was New Year's. So
And then you got busy.
I've had very little.
Contacted everybody. Yes. Perfect.
Don't interrupt while I'm speaking.
Okay, thank you.
If you want to know who I contacted, I can tell you.
Oh, I can tell you who. Everybody.
I contacted Danny Johnson to ask if the PCPs had an opinion on this the last time. I talked to former Commission Chair Harvey, and I have asked former Chair,
Mark Bennett.
no, well,
Harvey?
he had reached out to me, and then
And OTEC and.
OTEC?
And the mayor and, yeah. It's okay.
I don't know that that's important.
It isn't important.
Anyway, and former Chair Bogart, anyone else that I recognize in this room, I didn't necessarily ask to come, I didn't speak to. And I didn't speak specifically to anyone at OTEC about this.
Doesn't matter. Here or there.
What Commissioner Witham is referring to from last year, our management assistant has gone on leave, and that did leave a big hole and a lot of work that Heidi has had to take over. There has been a lot of extra work to be done. By law, we could bring in temporary solutions to that, but it's not very perfect. And I could not hire anyone in. Last session, I had asked, can we, and my assistant had left. She has given notice, so we are in a position to hire that back. Last session, I asked, should we increase the duties of the management assistant? You said no, because I'm assuming now that you were bringing this forward.
As I told you I was in that meeting.
If in,
Jesus, Christina.
if we were to hire an executive administrator, first year, if it was only 6 months, the cap on that would be an extra $83,405.09. For a full year, starting out with PERS and insurance, the salary would be $107,304, but the roll-ups on that with insurance, PERS, training, travel, everything you can think of would be $183,1555. That will, under our pay scale, if we hire this person on, as our pay scale increases, you get a step every year. If you start at the first step, it goes to 7. This is a new increase, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. If we start out in a full year, it'll be $183,517.55, go up to $197,209 and $216 by the 4th year. We just completed a compensation study that encompassed every employee in the county. That is implemented this month. That has brought wages up anywhere from, a small portion to, in some cases, 20%, to bring us in parity with other counties. As people are retiring out, we're having a difficult time hiring people in. Again, I'm very happy that Chastity has taken the position at the health department. It's been very difficult to find qualified people for any of these positions, especially at the old pay scale that hadn't been touched in 20 years. That is estimated to bring out Well, now I'm trying to think. I think that's it's a 1.6 million increase to the current budget. Now,
For
if,
3 years.
For 3
3
years, not over
Yeah,
1 year,
yeah,
3
just-
years.
right. So this would automatically add another $100,000 plus to that already tighter budget than we've had before. That puts us close to 50% in personnel costs for the budget. If we were to move the management assistant up to executive assistant and require more duties be put on that person and had a professional, I think that we could get back. That job starts out at a step one at 51,584. And that job is already in the budget. It's already budgeted. If we did that, it would only bring that budget to the commissioner's office up another $15,000 for the first year, as opposed to having all 3 commissioners getting paid, a management assistant getting paid. It would almost double the budget for the commissioners. Right now, the job is being performed by me at 96,000, and right now that's fixed. I don't think it's a good idea right now to go backwards or forwards. My initial plan, if we were to consider going to an administrator, would be to bring on a very slow basis, and who would be interested to bring the commissioners up as they took on more duties. Right now, I'm full-time, the other 2 are half, but this also opens up, is it going forward? Or is it the wages for the commissioners increasing or decreasing? If I go down to half-time, that's only a savings of about $50,000. So.
Which would
it's-
go towards that new, I mean, that's 50,000 towards that 100,000 start. So
But you only have half-time commissioners working half the time. And
we would all be full.
right now, full-time at what wage? And then there again, you're leaving it up to the compensation board and the budget board, which I don't think is a fair ask on that. They have to have for the compensation board to come together and meet and decide what we're worth. They need to know what duties are defined, and that isn't being done here. I know Mayor Aspey, and you spoke to that as not being important, but
Well, no, I said a lot of it, some of it is just speculation, but it's not absolutely fact. But you can go ahead and read it.
it's different having an elected official on an emergency scene, because you're beholden to the people, you're doing their work, other than having a hired hand. And it's different when, like we saw last year, when you're out at Huntington and Richland and Halfway while these things are going on, and the people see the person that they elected doing that work. It's different than having someone hired. I do agree that if you had someone in that position, you could have the continuity as commissioners come in and come out. But as they also say, once you've seen a county in Oregon, you've seen one county in Oregon. The counties that Caseburg has mentioned all have written charters. We don't. And that would have to be something that we'd need to take a look at as well. Also, those counties have full-time commissioners. And if you'd imagine, I make 96,000. If these 2 came up alongside me in wage at the.
We would not.
You don't have, well, I guess you have a say, but.
Yes, we can say no.
But you might say yes too, or the next set might say yes, and there'd be over $300,000 in commissioners, $200,000 or $300,000 for executive or administrator, and depending on where you land. Well, I don't know, step 4 for management assistants, 49,000 plus another 17 to 20, and our budget isn't gonna take this with the compensation study being implemented right now. It's, the other thing, if I had have been the one presenting this and bringing it forward, I would have called work sessions and had all commissioners work on it at the same time and brought it out. I don't agree not bringing it out to the people for a vote to change this. It's been institutionalized for 28 years, and whether it says so in statute doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. I know that you've changed your position since we ran, but I haven't. I think that this is important enough to send to the voice of the people. And I don't think that that should be infringed on at this. I don't think it's fair. I don't think bringing it out this way is fair to me. And I don't think it's fair to these people that we serve.
And that is your thought. Can I speak to the consensus data for the county right now? In speaking to the wages, median household income is 57,844 per capita in the past 12 months, 35,829. Persons in poverty, 16.2%. If we were all down at the $50,000 level instead of one at $100,000 level, we're right in there. We don't. I know I didn't get into this to make a ton of money. I did this to serve the county. If the chair was at the 50,000 with the other two, 49 less than that, there was concern that maybe we wouldn't have anybody running for that, but you have people running for positions 1 and 2 now, where position 3 is at that bigger amount because of the admin. I get that as long as the administrative duties are being done, but 57,844 being
In the last
median.
20 years, when have you had someone run for your positions that wasn't already retired?
Bruce quit after he was still CPA. I sold my business because of all the work that we did for the county.
Right.
So
So that's another problem with it. If you're all part-time, it is going to be difficult to have people run that want to take it on as their duty, as their job. I mean, it is at 50,000, that would be a little more than what everyone makes in Baker County, but to have younger people interested in doing this work that's incredibly important, it needs to be at least one position at a full-time living wage. I mean, you can see what the median wage is here, but the housing costs are enormous. And, you know, it's, and like I said, I don't think that at this time the budget's going to be able to shoulder it. I don't know. Do you want Mayor Espy's letter read into the minutes, or do you want me to read it out loud?
however you want to do
I
it.
can make it available for everybody.
She might be online too.
Okay.
She has her breaks.
I'm done for now. If we want to go
Does Commissioner Caseberg have anything to add?
Well, you were talking about full-time versus part-time administrators or commissioners. So of the 21 counties like we have right now, 4 of those counties are part-time, us and Wallowa County. And you also have Wasco County and Jefferson County are part-time. But the other 2 have full-time county administrators.
Right.
So, yeah, the other ones, yeah, but depending on the size of the county. And then, so, not everybody is full-time. So I just want to go on record that I think the idea is there. I think it's a good idea. But I am with you on the budget. And I'm leaning on the timing. That it might not be the right time to do it.
But definitely to start
I
talking
think we need
about
to
it.
talk about it more, yes.
Morrow County has a population of 12,000, including 4 incorporated cities and 1 town. Agriculture and natural resource remain a driving force in the economy. This came out in 2017 when Morrow County was looking for an administrator, and their full-time exempt position with a salary range of 95,000 to 125, depending on qualifications. And as we've seen with administrators come in and out of the city, they're paying at 110,000 for the city. It's more work for the county. You know, we're definitely stuck in the $100,000 range to do that, so.
And, you know, speaking to that on qualifications of an administrator versus elected officials coming in from anywhere throughout the county or professions or whatever, what we're looking at from Morrow County, Union County, and some of the other administrators that we've looked at is a bachelor's degree in business or related field, 5 years professional, progressively responsible experience in administrative, managerial, supervisory role, including experience with budget preparation, personal administration, program development, implementation, and management. So those are the things that we're looking for in an administrator. That's the things that we should be looking for in an administrator versus an administrator as elected official who may not have any of those qualifications. So, and I'm not pointing to you again, I'm just saying that this is what the other administrators have to have or would prefer to have in that position.
So far, we've been able to trust the electorate to make that decision. And so far, so good.
And they still will have the decision on every one of the commissioners, so.
Well, like I said,
Okay.
let me find it.
Yeah, I think we need to hear from.
Before in your letter to the editor, which we've spoke about before.
And I told you, yes.
One line stood out. The proposal, this is in regards to, this is a letter that you had wrote to.
Yep, 22, March of 22.
To the editor of Baker City Herald when Commissioner Nichols was proposing this. You said, as far as I researched, Nichols wants the three commissioners to be in equal duties and pay, apart from the chair position having a slightly increased duty to match. The proposal also is to have the chair position elected by the three commissioners, not chosen by the vote of the Baker County citizens.
Correct.
In this, your vote would be taken away. Well,
For the chair, but not for the commissioners.
but I still agree that
And I told
that's,
you that I've changed my mind.
well, and
I can change
and I'm
positions.
saying that I still hold to that.
Oh, good.
I think that that is important, and I don't think that this is a decision that we shouldn't put out on the ballot. It's been institutionalized for almost 30 years. It's been actually ran this way for much longer than that. At some point, when we get through this, I would like to have former Chair Bogart come and speak to this if he's willing, and just give a few. In fact, could we go ahead and do that before we open up
Do you
to
want to start
public?
with Mayor Aspey? She's had her hand up.
Well, not right now.
Okay.
I want to go, if you're willing to do that, I would like to have you come up, because you were there when this happened. I would like to hear from you.
Yeah, we
And
wanna
then we can open it up
Hear from
to,
everybody.
then go to Mayor Aspey as elected official, and then open it up to public comment.
Good morning. For the record, my name is Steve Bogart, 1205 Reservoir Road, if you're looking to locate me. As far, and you ask, as far as testimony, talk about the background. I was elected as a commissioner to the Baker County Court in 1986. So this is 35 years old. I came as a working individual on the court. In 1990, I was elected as the county judge. So I am the last county judge and the first chair of the Board of Commissioners. At the county commission at that time, or the county court at that time, requested that there be legislation that would allow, because statute stated, either the commissioners are all equal or you can have a county court. I just wanted a name change personally, and to continue along that vein. Visited with county council, then set a draft to legislative council in Salem, and Senate Bill 444, I think, or Senate Bill 44 was adopted, which created the authority to create this type of position. So it wasn't available until 1997, to confirm that. The county has always been under the gun. Actually, I mean, any government is under the gun from a financial standpoint, in that the more you do, the more it's expected you to do. And that's one of the things, getting the population, getting your constituents to recognize that there are some limitations to what you can do and how you can go about doing it is one of the bigger struggles that you have as a county commission, because there won't be enough resources. I looked into personally, and the commission looked into other alternatives, as Commissioner Kingsburg pointed out. We talked about a charter county, a home rule county, and the structures there. I visited extensively with commissioners in Hood River, Clatsop, the counties who they both had a charter, like all cities do. That didn't seem to be all that workable from the perspective, from that perspective. Times change, and I want to commend you all for you, especially with the initiative to bring this issue up. There's an old adage that actually was told to me just again this morning, or reminded me of, you can't have progress without change, but not all change is progress. And I think it's critical, and it's part of your job to look at how you can govern better and to do that. But I think you have an obligation to look at the condition, the financial condition, the operational condition of what you're dealing with, and recognize that and move in that direction. It's also critical, and I think as the audience here can attest, I haven't been to a county commission meeting that was this crowded for an awful long time. That public input is critical into this process.
Sure.
This is the first hearing, as I understand. With an order, you don't necessarily have to have public input. That would be a policy decision on part of the county commission. I also encourage you to take the time. You can do something quick or you can do it right. And there's always going to be questions if you move or if you don't move, the benefits and the drawbacks, all of those things. I commend the work that's been done. I think it's terrific. I want to echo former Commission Chair Harvey's statement is that the people who work at Baker County, this is where I cut my teeth in public administration. The employees of Baker County are a tremendous asset, and you don't want to undermine the provision of those kinds of services for your constituents, but also for your employees. So take the time and look at it. It's been mentioned by all of you to have public hearings, go to some sort of process, whether it's a work group, whether it's a number of public hearings or community input into this, and see if it's an alternative. I don't know if it's a preferred alternative, but it's an alternative, and to see what kind of feedback you get, because when I researched it, there were dozens of structures, governmental structures that was utilized under statute. And that's one of the things that, again, if you were to take that tack, I think it would be remarkable, because most jurisdictions don't do that.
Right.
So, thank you.
Thank you for
Hey,
that.
and I appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Next,
And I just have to say, above my desk, which is the desk used by all the judges, there is a list of the county judges, and you are the last name on that.
Last name on the list.
On that list in an old frame, and the glass is even old glass. I can tell by the, not saying that.
Everything about me is old.
not saying you are, but yeah, so I have that desk. When we first came in, Commissioner Alderson saw the desk. He says, "That's a nice desk." I said, "Don't touch it. It goes with that list right there." That the judges used it.
I'm gonna tell you,
It's an old roll top.
M&S, the county commission, the county court, the desk was a three-cornered desk and sat over here, and we couldn't see who was coming in the door. And at that time, we actually had people brandishing guns and threatening all sorts of
Yeah.
things. So I thought it would be a good move, so you can see who's coming anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Hey, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mayor Aspey, you've waited.
Thank you. First off, I would like to say I very strongly oppose this as it is presented based on a number of reasons. One, I do not think that this is prepared adequately to fully address somebody taking over the duties of commission chair. Also, I would like to say from a emergency management side of things, I have participated heavily in drafting our emergency management plan. And one of the required essential pieces of that plan is to have a steady point of contact. Now, while you're saying that that would be the administrative position in
No.
hired sense, you said that. I heard you say it very clearly. Thank you very much. I would like to state that having a rotating chair does not create continuity or security on the basis of emergency management. I would also like to ask, have either of you taken ICS or NIMS training through the FEMA website?
I have.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I'm glad to hear, because without having a very thorough 12-course education with that, there are 12 courses that you should be taking. You cannot adequately say that you are prepared to take on emergency management. I have, however, seen the current chair in an emergency management situation. He has behaved very professionally, and he has met and rose to every obstacle with success. Also, I would like to state that in ORS 203.035, Section 3, an ordinance adopted by a county governing body that changes the number or mode of selection of elective county officers. That is the chair seat that you are saying that you will appoint within your board, shall not take effect unless the ordinance is submitted to and approved by the electors of the county at a primary election, general election, or election held on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November of an odd numbered year. However, an ordinance adopted under this section may not change the mode of selection of a county assessor. That in my mind says that this is an illegal order without it going to the public for a vote. Regardless of what the 97 order was, that was to change the title of the current county court and the county judge. That does not hold precedent over this ORS.
Yeah.
So I would like to see this immediately dismissed and gone back to the drawing board to go to the public on a general ballot as a ballot measure before this goes any further. Thank you very much.
Can you give me that ORS number again that you were referencing?
Oh, she has it.
It is 203.035, power of county governing body or electors over matters of county concern.
Do you have anything on that for home rule?
Well, and I'm not sure that I don't have the ORS.
And we don't have
numbers.
to clarify it right now, but that
I
may
think
not
you
be
should
correct.
clarify it right now because you have people in the audience and you have people paying very close attention that are very mad.
Thank you for pointing that out.
This
So
is
the difference
directly
between
sidestepping the election process. And people have a right to decide who is in charge of the duties of commission chair and who will be representing us at the legislative party and the legislative level.
Kim?
Okay, so I'll tell you, I haven't been asked to brief the issue of the order. I could do that, but I'll just say a couple of things based on the ORS that's just been quoted, and it discusses an ordinance. So this isn't an ordinance. If it was an ordinance, then we would need to follow that. And if it was an ordinance that did the things that were just read, then yeah, that's how it would need to proceed. So the ordinance or the ORS that actually describes the ability to do the 1997 order is 203.230. And that is entitled Abolishing Office of County Judge and Establishing Board of County Commissioners in Non-Charter County, which describes us. Referral of order, and then operative date. So that's what allowed that original 1997 order to go into place. Sub 4 of that statute reads, the order issued under subsection 1, which is the order that created the commission of this section, may specify any or all of the following related to the third commissioner. A, compensation that is different from the other commissioners. B, powers and duties that are different from the other commissioners. And C, service as chairperson of the Board of Commissioners. And notice that it says that the order issued may specify those things. So it doesn't have to specify. And in the amended order, some of those things are discussed and some are not. So so that's the information that I have for you right now. If you wanted it briefed further, I could take some time with it.
I don't think it's necessary.
But that's what I have to address it right now.
Thank you. Okay.
Forgive my boldness, but I would also like to reiterate what the current commissioner chair has previously stated. Just because a piece of paper says that you can make this decision within your party, within your board, does not mean that that is the correct course of action. Something of this magnitude should not be decided on a group of 3. This should be decided by the entire county. And I believe that it is highly improper. And I do not think that you are representing the entire county by trying to make this decision in-house in this manner. I know this is just a draft. This can be lengthened. This needs to be taken back to the drawing board, in my opinion, and this needs to go out as a ballot measure and let the people decide if they want this or not.
Thank you for your opinion. Heidi, in the future, or with the rest of it, can we get to the 3 minutes? Thank you.
Do we want to call for a recess before we get into public comments, since there's so many people here and we've been going for quite a while?
Yeah, let's just go.
Yep, just go. I'm good to go.
Good to go.
All right. Let's go to public comment. Who wants to go first? When you come up, well, since there are so many people, try to stay to 3 minutes. State your name and your address.
Wow, blast from the past. I haven't seen you forever.
It's been a while since I've seen you. I saw the wife and the kids yesterday.
So if I'm interrupted, do I get to add that to the end of my 3 minutes? My name's Cody Justice. I live at 20539 Medical Springs Highway. So I heard about this in the newspaper. And to speak to the point of not calling the commissioner with them directly, my stance hasn't changed in the last 3 years, and I didn't get a call either, wondering if my stance had changed, which it hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the surprise that you'd see people show up, you're in an executive legislative position here, and this could be voted on today.
Yes.
So I decided that it was my duty to show up because I am in opposition of this, of the 2 or 3 different ideas that have been shared, that I needed to come share that on public record. So here I am. I guess it's been shared already, but an administrative position with a salary, in my view, is going to add to the stress that you talked about rather than reduce it. So 3 years ago, we couldn't put a roof on the museum. And now we're talking about creating a new over $100,000 position with benefits and retirement. The biggest thing for me is that administrative position changes the whole way that we govern ourselves at this level. It creates a layer of insulation. So an administrator is not going to have to put up with me quitting feeding cows and coming in here and voicing my opposition to a view. I'm going to talk to you three people, and that person,
Would be
their
here.
job is not threatened by my opinion
Correct.
whatsoever. I think that is disservice. That's how we work as with a representative government, whether it's stressful or not. The fact that you can be replaced every 4 years is how this works. And your argument in favor of the administrator is the fact that that position will not be replaced frequently, that would be a constant, which I think is very true. That person, regardless of their performance, will be almost impossible to replace.
Incorrect. They would be a higher.
Can I
person.
talk without being interrupted, or
Yes.
am I going to get time added to my 3 minutes?
Go ahead.
The other thing, I'm hearing a lot of things. So this has been brought up in an executive session, is what you said.
Yes.
I think that is not the right place for it to be brought up. So the fact that the public wasn't privy to this before today, I think speaks to how it's been handled up to this point.
Thank you.
So the other thing that really bothers me is that the argument in favor of this idea keeps coming back to this problem of incompetence. But what I see is somehow magically we think that the three of you are going to be competent enough to appoint this person and oversee them, but not have the skill set of having that position. The other thing with that is the reason this kind of comes around is we've got business owners that don't want to have an opinion in the public eye. And so they want to be quiet during an election cycle and not put their view out there about who they want in that position. And then later, when they're dissatisfied, then they want to have the ability to talk to an administrator or the three of you on a phone call and change the way the county's being run. And that's wrong. That's not how the original intent of the way our structure was set up. Is set up so that you guys got to put up with me coming in here and talking to you. And then however much discomfort I can create in 3 minutes affects your decision or doesn't. But that's the way it's set up. And that administrator, that's not the case. And in your the article that I read in the newspaper, you actually use Baker City as an example. And I think it's a glorious example of it wouldn't be exactly the same, but it'd be similar because they have an administrator. And over the last 3 years, watching that scenario play out has been, I think, an astronomical failure. So what you see in that, and I see it in all different, whatever it is, irrigation district, you've got a person, even at the level we're at now, a department head that's paid full-time, has staff that's paid that big of a salary and has that much paid time to create a presentation, just like legal counsels has had this much time. There's nobody in this room could argue with her on the points of the legal status of this.
Correct.
So that administrator is going to have that power in front of you. You are not going to be able to short shoot them, especially a newer commissioner.
You've
So-
gone over your 3 minutes, Cody. I'm sorry. I can say that the person would not be appointed, they would be hired. And I do not recall referring to Baker City at all in the article. Maybe the whoever wrote the article did refer to Baker City, but I did not. Thank you.
Who'd like-
Please stay with the 3 minutes.
Yeah, Dick Fleming, 955 Park Street. I have a lot of concern about a major change. There may be some benefits. There may also be some detrimental aspects of it. But reading out of Oregon Revised Statutes 203, 230, and bottom of the first paragraph, the order made under this subsection may be referred to the people of the county for their approval or rejection, and if approved, shall become operative on the date specified in the order referred. The people of the county shall vote on such order at a primary or general election. I really think this is a big enough issue that it should be decided by the people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's almost afternoon, so the floor is tall. Bill Harvey, obviously sat in your chair for a while, but my address is 14529 South Rock Creek Lane. And I did have the pleasure of serving Baker County citizens for 8 years. I did enjoy that. And one of the greatest benefits I ever had was the staff that helped me do a good job. Without them, I couldn't have. Not knowing everything in particular that carries on in a daily basis. This is two issues. And I did have opportunity to talk with Commissioner Witham, so it was a great opportunity. I thank that. And you are having two issues, hiring somebody to fill a role, and then also then to change the role of somebody else. We did have administrators in the past.
Yes.
Okay, Patrick Smith was one. And at the time, I think it was under Brian Cole, and I'm not sure the time frame, but it worked for a while. But we were in good times financially. We then had to, because Pat Smith had to go back to active duty in National Guard, Mark Bennett filled the role for a time. Commissioner Bennett is very talented in many ways. He filled the role to the best of his ability. But then when we ran out of money, sadly, that was the first position to cut because it was a large cut. And rather than cutting staff, and Mr. Bennett also alluded that at the time they were thinking 4 days a week operations because it got so bad.
Right.
We just lost $800,000 in the first year I was in office. We lost $1 million, and we still had to have a balanced budget, which we did with God's grace and the help of the staff. I look at the role, personality doesn't matter much to me. The role as chairman position, when I was there, my experience, there was a certain level of leadership that people looked up to. If it was there, great. If it's not, again, consequences. I was able to lead for 8 years, so there was an enormous amount of consistency. I'm old enough that I don't change. So in 8 years, they knew what they were getting the whole time. But with part-time commissioners, and at that time, Tim Kearns was only quarter-time because it fit his schedule. He needed to be at his operation, which is farming, full-time, and came in and helped us. Mark grew in his role because of emergency management. So that fluctuated. When in 1997, as Commissioner Steve Bogart pointed out, it was mainly a name change and just minor role change. They did
probate and juvenile, I think.
Well, that plus they also had probate.
Right.
So that came away from their duties. But the leadership and the role of administration, I didn't have problems with administration. Is that a clock already? God, give me 2 issues and I'm stuck here. Well, I'm asking you not to do that unless you go into the voters, period, because I trusted them. They trusted me. So please do so. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone online that would like to speak?
There's a couple of comments.
Okay. Yeah, I guess go ahead and read those and then we'll go to the next person.
First comment is from Curtis Martin. I'm opposed to this proposal as I believe it will further insulate county government from county constituents being being involved and that their engagement would be heard. I found out about this action by newspaper article. Much further community discussion and conversations must occur. A possible solution of spreading the burden could be enlarging the commission positions from 3 to 5. Again, much further discussion needs to occur. Thanks for the opportunity for input. And then the next comment is, I believe, from Mayor Aspey from Halfway, which says an ordinance can be called an order. This does pertain.
All right, who would like to go next?
My name's Tom Carter, a resident of Baker City and the county for the last 73 years. I live in Pocahontas Road, 41930. I found out about this by a phone call last night. It just seems like so much of our government continues to move away from the people. I appreciate the commissioners here, their service to the county. And I've been quite impressed with the chairman's service to our county. And I stand in opposition to this change. Represent my wife as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Marty Stroy. I live at 4000 Cedar Street, and I'd like my vote to count. And I see this as a circumventing that, and I also would like my vote to count for the positions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Who-
My name's Jeff Horiza. I live at 970 Elm Street. And we've been back for a couple of years to Baker City, and I've just started to pay attention a little bit more to what's going on. I've been in people management pretty much over 30 years. The restaurant industry, I'm a chef. And whenever it came about, I worked a lot of hours, salary. And what it came down to was, did I accomplish my job? Not how many hours I worked. And I don't know between you, if there's ever any agreement between everyone, it's considered part-time. What's the max hours? What's the minimum hours?
I'm always over 20. I mean, they expect, our expectation is 20, but I mean, if you're
get the
really
job
in
done.
it, if you're in it, which is, it's to get this job done, and that's why I was elected. It's up to 50, over 50 hours sometimes, some
Okay.
weeks, so, yeah.
So for me, that's, there's been jobs I've had where I was working 100 hours, especially when people would get sick. The pandemic shredded everything like that.
Yeah.
The restaurant industry.
Yeah.
Food service. And if I needed another position as a chef, then I had to do my due diligence on what exactly this person was going to do.
Yep.
And write up a full job description, not go online and pull up what other, counties are doing or whatever. That's what seems like has been done. And it's even been brought up a number of times that this can wait till 96 and that it can go to the people to vote for it. Was that not said?
Not 96.
I mean, 26, I
2026.
misspoke.
That's okay.
Freudian slip.
That's okay.
I was gonna say, please don't
That's
say
okay.
2026.
And we do have a
Right.
job description, per our admin and that is being brought together, but not ready at this.
But it's not specific, so. nothing-
It is specific at this time,
No,
but
it's not. I think he's talking about our job
descriptions.
Oh, our job. We do
No, I'm
have
talking
jobs.
about the administrators.
Oh, okay.
It sounded to me like you're still not sure exactly what they would be doing.
Oh, yeah, no, we do have a job description that is in draft form as well.
How come that wasn't brought up? I didn't hear this.
Because these are the first steps of the proposal.
Right.
And I did state what we are looking for in that, and I did state all of that.
So you're not ready?
Well,
If it
probably
was to
not
go
today.
To some sort of vote today, you guys are.
It's not gonna go to a vote today.
Okay.
It's
But-
simply a proposal
So
and
within the
drafts.
next 2 years, my suggestion is, if there's things that aren't getting done between the three of you, then it needs to be discussed and split up so that it gets done.
Agreed.
Until then, you know. and,
Thank you.
You know, and just my somewhat interactions with Shane Alderson is that he's a regular Joe and he's for the people. And
Perfect.
that's
Thank
exactly
you.
what we need. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
So we do have job descriptions.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen one.
Oh, you haven't?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I probably need a job description, Heidi.
Which are all equal,
Okay,
with the exception to the chair having the administrative duties.
Well,
Sorry.
I'm Dan Johnson, Hunter Lodge Lane in Halfway. Over my years, I've watched many administrators come and go from entities and that, both in the city and counties, mainly cities. And it's really hard to find one that's not ladder climbing. And to ladder climb, they have to spend a lot of money at their previous job to show results. And those cities are basically become the tax victims of projects. I think it's a real serious thing to consider taking away the direct interaction that the public has with this commission. And I agree with Cody and the other members thinking that we don't need to insulate our government any more than we already have. And deflecting rules and regulations to staff, which then get an automatic rubber stamp by legislatures, et cetera, as they are doing now. That gets us into the mess that we're in across the country. I think Baker County deserves better than that. And I suggest that we not move forward on this. I would seriously consider, the last speaker indicated, figure it out, work together, become a team. I know it's tough. It's going to be tough, but there's a way of using your individual skills and mentoring one another to get this done. And that's what your staff would really appreciate, I'm sure. You do have a wonderful staff. They're going to step up. So put it together. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sir, I think you've been trying to jump up about 3 times. I'm going to hold the floor for you.
Ed Hart, 1000 Pie Street, Baker City, Oregon. Before I get started on this, I want to make a couple little comments on the things that went down in the previous meeting. As a has-been miner, given security to the Armstrong Nugget, which right now is about $250,000. That's about what it's worth. And economic development for $92,500. And $10,000 go to each entity that put in a bid for this. One mining operation, a small one, is $92,000, easy. So I'm saying you people on the commission should be looking at your natural resources. Get some logging done, get some mining done,
I'm trying.
get this county going. As far as the commissioners go, I voted for my commissioners, and that's what I want. I want to be able to vote for them. An administrator is not accountable, but you commissioners are. You're accountable. And I want my vote to reflect that, who I think is accountable. Thank you.
I'd
Thank
like
you,
to
sir.
just speak to a couple of those. The commissioners would oversee the administrator, that nothing would change in access to the commissioners or how we engage across the county or any of the work that we do. The commissioners would oversee the administrator. To the mining, I was happy, Donnie Brulin. We last year, I think it was in the fall, 20 mining permits finally approved. You know, I mean, we're between Donnie and I, we are trying everything on the natural resource level and working very hard on all of that. Yes, I want timber harvesting throughout. It'd be wonderful if we saw trucks just rolling through the county every day.
I've
Getting
been
those
following you
logs
all
to the
real
mills.
close.
Yeah.
And I keep tabs on you.
Well, thank you.
And that'll reflect in my, my vote next time. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What's that cord?
Who would like to go next?
My name is Tom Van Diepen, 2093 Sumter Stage Highway, Baker, Oregon. Commissioner Witham asked us to give us background of why we think who we are. I have a degree in public and business administration, a minor in economics. I'm the vice chair of the Planning Commission, and I'm a voter in Baker County. And that last part is really important to me. That's the one. You know, you said you oversee the administrator, but I can't fire him. Okay, if I didn't like what he did, even if 5 of us or 20 of us or 100 of us came in and said, hey, you're fired, we can't do it. But we can fire every single one of you guys. Okay. Now I voted for you guys, but we get to have an opportunity to fire you, what, every 2 years or somebody up. Am I right?
4.
4.
4 years. Okay. We wouldn't have that. Those commissioners or those administrators never last that long anyway. It's like one guy mentioned, they're climbers, you know, they're just climbing the corporate ladder, and they're going to be here for a lot less time than what you guys are. So if you want continuity, we need to kind of leave it the way it is. Some of our commissioners have been here a long time. You know, Shane's new, but Bogart and Harvey and some of these other guys, they were there for at least 2 terms. And so we kind of know what we're getting. Okay. And there may be a commissioner or an administrator out there that can do a better job than you or Commissioner Alderson or Commissioner Caseberg. But we didn't get to pick them, right?
Yep.
You guys picked them.
Correct.
And we can't fire them.
Correct.
So I would really, really like you guys to, if you're persistent and you really think it's that important, then trust the voters and put it on the next ballot or the one after that. Because we'll vote one way or the other, and he may win. I mean, maybe it's a good idea. I have not near enough information because all I know, I'm like Will Rogers. All I know is what I read in the papers. Okay, and I didn't read that until I don't know when you guys had that in there. But it's like that windmill thing that happened 5 or 10 years ago. I never even read about it until the day before. So I came over here, and not here. I went to the Planning Commission, and they voted unanimously that those people didn't qualify for it unanimously. Even Randy Joseph, it was like a big time energy person, agreed that they hadn't met their conditions of approval. Now the commission actually overturned this, and they did it anyway. But the fact is, though, that we got as voters, as constituents, we got a say in that, and we wouldn't have that amount of say in hiring or firing an administrator. Plus, I think it would cost more money and not less if we did that. So efficiency is a good thing too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I'm Valerie Tachenko from 44889 Houghton Creek Road, and I read about it in the newspaper. I think it's a very poorly thought out plan. I think there is progress that could be done. I don't think it's being done in the right way or the right time. I think there needs to be a lot more work on it. And I do think it needs to go to the voters. I think this is not a 3-party decision that needs to be made.
Thank you.
I'll ask again, is there anyone online that would like to speak? All right, anyone else in the audience? Go ahead.
My name is Matthew Keppenhaver, and my address is 3085 E Street here in Baker City. And I just had a question or concern. I had done some research on the pay for, and the county manager, county administrator, in one of these counties that, that may have a home rule charter. And the smallest one that I had found was Hood River County. And they have a population of about 24,000. And I checked their budget online, and they have a general fund of over 16 million. Their total budget's about 41 million. Their county commission share for this past year, their pay was $28,096. And they have 4 other commissioners, and they on average receive about $20,500. And their county administrator pay is just salary alone is $184,870. So my question is, this question of the pay would have to go to the compensation board. Would the compensation board look at this matter and consider a reduction of all the commission positions with the establishment of a county administrator?
Yeah, they could look either way. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Or something else that I had thought of that I wanted to say before, former Commissioner Harvey had brought up, the staff here has been fantastic. And for me to come on and be over the department heads comes with challenges because there are personnel issues. No one's perfect, but when I've come and I know I've known many of the people at work here longer than just my tenure here as commission chair. I've known them in the community. Some of them are friends. Some of them are new that we've brought in. But it is different having someone that's elected and is from the community, then you may not get that with an administrator. And I feel, I guess, blessed to be able to work these problems out amongst the people that I work with. And that is another difference between having a hired administrator or an elected chair that works as an administrator. Yesterday, I took several calls about the lousy road and the halfway area from constituents. Those calls come to me and I talk to the roadmaster. We worked out a solution to it. People know when they call me, I can directly call someone I supervise and say, hey, we need to get on this. It may drive him crazy, but the buck stops at my desk, the way that it's set up now. And if you had an administrator, you would add an extra cog to the wheel, and that has been echoed here today. I just wanted to reiterate that is a factor to consider with this. Just because other counties have gone this direction doesn't mean it's necessarily right for us now.
Can I add to that? Any of us, if we have a call from constituents, will go to the department heads. Any of us will go to the department heads and get it taken care of. I don't know how many times I've dealt with the road department in different departments, so.
But I supervise them, and if you go around me in my supervisory role, that isn't right either.
We are 3 commissions equal.
I oversee the department heads. And I think that's something that you don't like. And I think that's a personal critique and is a driving factor for what you're trying to do here. I don't think that you like that.
It is not. That's your opinion, but you're entitled
But
to
those
have that.
people report directly to me. And a lot of the time when I do commission updates, I don't have as much to say as you, because I have been working on very critical and touchy situations that come from that. There are there are employee issues that I can't speak about because they are,
And you shouldn't.
but that is one of my main roles, and it is different having an elected official that does that work than it would be to have someone hired.
True that.
Is there anything else?
There's a couple of online.
Oh, okay.
It looks like from Mayor Askey again. First comment is, how can you state that you have a job description for the administrator when you have also stated that you do not have the duties fully decided on? And then.
Because we don't.
Work in progress.
The second comment is, again, from Mayor Askey, there's a difference between your position and being a direct supervisor.
Thank you for your opinion. Okay.
Well, what do you want to do?
Move forward.
How?
Well, I mean, we're gonna table the orders and everything. I guess we go to the next documents to be
Do we
signed.
need to make a motion to table?
If you think, do we need a motion to table? And
It can just be
It's-
consensus. I
it's
think,
just a
if you want.
consensus.
Something else while we're on this, I would like, we've only had one applicant so far for the management assistant. I would like to have consensus to go ahead and move that up to an executive assistant and see if we can,
Or would we want to take that to the next work session?
I was gonna say, can we
On
talk about that
Wednesday.
at the work session?
Yeah, on Wednesday.
And we can talk about duties
prefer
and things like that, increase in duties.
okay.
Yep.
The only concern with that is not
I
being
know.
able to put it out,
I know.
but that is next Wednesday.
Mhm.
Yep.
Let's put it on the agenda for that and then we'll go from there.
Because then we can look at the position description. If we
Let's
can
go-
have that.
can
Can we
we-
have a copy of the position description?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and
Yeah, without.
pull
having
that job
copy.
listing then until we decide. I don't want people applying for something that may not be available.
Yeah, it would be nice to review that job description on that one.
All right.
Now can we
Then
take a
I,
break? So now can we take a break?
Sure, we're almost through the documents to be
Okay.
signed.
we could. It's almost
I
noon.
was just gonna say.
If you wanted
Just
to
to-
take a 5 minute, we could do that.
I was
and
thinking
then-
just for chastity,
Oh, okay.
because she's still here.
Oh, you're still on the agenda.
Yeah,
Well,
Oh,
do
that
what now?
is- Oh, for the health officer.
public health officer, just appointing her as local and I don't know if she's gonna stay through that. Well, and if she's gonna stay through the food inspector.
Right, we have that too, so.
We didn't state that we did it, or that
We
we were
just-
pulling it in the first.
We decided to leave it on just to state the situation out of Harney County
Malheur County.
or yeah, it is Malheur, that's right.
need to say about the use.
Okay,
Okay.
let's call recess, be back at 12 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I should bring that one.
Next up is resolution number 2025-1001, appointing a local public health administrator.
Do we need to read this?
No.
Okay.
We do not. I will make a motion to appoint. I did not go down and get my right glasses. I will make a motion to appoint Chastity Anderson to the, as the local public health administrator to supervise the activities of public health within Baker County. Resolution number 2025-1001.
I second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Your heart just went.
Have you seen a copy of this? Would you? No.
We sign it.
Just
You need to breathe.
Yeah.
If you do want to see it, then you can have my copy.
I do, that's a DOC letter.
No, this is the order. I'm just gonna give it to you.
It's just
Do
the
we need to sign
order.
it? Do we need to sign
Oh,
it?
yeah.
No,
We should need a
no,
copy.
this isn't unsigned. We'll sign it.
Okay.
But I just want you to
Okay.
see.
I'll have, yeah.
Okay.
But you need it signed?
I'll need it signed.
Yeah.
Okay.
OHA. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll get you a copy of the signed order and you'll be official. And again, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, Grace, for.
We do.
We appreciate it.
All right, order number 2025-101, appointing members to the Baker County Parks Board.
And Michelle, this is a board that went away in what, 2020, Donnie?
No, before that.
Before 2020?
Yeah, it went away when my predecessor walked off the job.
Oh.
This is my 6th year as Parks Director, and that entire board had resigned all at the same time.
Okay, so how many people can be on the board?
So there were no bylaws, I did draft bylaws, and I suggested 5, that would be something I deal with once I get a board underneath me.
Okay.
And this is where I was
'Cause I was gonna
asking
say,
for
just
the
which-
Wingville.
yeah, and-
If we had representation from
I
Wingville.
can't get
would be
anybody to say
nice.
yay. I'm trying.
Because we, in this, with these 4 people, we have representation from
Sumter and Richland.
halfway Richland area and then the Sumter area
Yeah.
because of the dredge tailings and the parks out there, so.
Yeah. So yeah, we do need some of it.
Yes, we
it's
do,
not-
we
yeah,
do.
it's not
It would be
bad.
nice for the Wingville Cemetery and a few other
Yeah.
things if we had, we need a 5th person, so.
Okay,
But
I will keep working on it.
is there anything else on that? Are you ready for a motion?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve order number 2025-101, appointing members to the Baker County Parks Board. Those members being Daniel Mitchell, Andrew Patton, Matt Armstrong, and Marcia Damaris. Daniel Mitchell and Andrew Patton, their term is set to expire March 1st, 2027, and Matt Armstrong and Marcia Damaris, term to expire March 1st, 2028. So they're staggered to begin with. And they will serve, well, the 2 years. Was there, is that,
Yeah, we'll work on it.
okay, for a 2 year.
It's too bad that we didn't have one Sumter and one Richland together for their terms instead of both being from the same area for the same term.
Oh, because Andy is from
But you got Daniel
Sumter.
and they're both their Sumters.
Can we switch that, Heidi, on their terms to expire instead of the 2 from Sumter being 27 and the 2 from the Richland halfway area 28?
So that we have one from each. I
So-
don't know, what do you think?
Can we just take and switch
Switch.
Andrew and
Say Matt.
Marcia?
Or yeah,
So Andrews would be 28.
28.
And Marcia's would be
27, okay. So do you want, and so I will amend my motion to Andrew Patton's term set to expire March 1st, 2028, and Marcia Damaris, March 1st, 2027.
and sign out of session.
Why?
There's
Because of
no-
the time. I don't have to, okay.
No, you.
All right, I'll second.
They just-
Okay.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We got a park board
There
again.
you go, Donnie.
Yay.
You've been waiting all this time for that.
Yeah, me too.
Do we want to talk about county mail here before we do?
No, that's
No,
down here. Oh,
Okay, I was just gonna say, do you want to move it up?
oh, yeah, we can do that real quick. We've got under other business, we've got notice of agreement, termination from Malheur County Foodborne Illness Prevention Program. I received a call. I'm trying to, and maybe it was last commission session. The county commissioner over there said that, you know, the letter would be coming and that they were pulling out of the agreement. And so that leaves us, man, where is yeah, thank you. Dairy Commission Director and OHA managers. Malheur County is providing this notice terminating its IGA with Baker County for FIP services. This 6 months advance written notice that FIP services performed by Malheur County Environmental Health Department in Baker County will end June 30th, 2025. We regret that Malheur County can no longer perform services in both Malheur and Baker County jurisdictions. Feel free to call us should you have any questions or concerns. And I think Jim Mandola called me and then we.
So it would be done to the end of fiscal
Yeah.
year.
yes, because they were under contract and they had to give us 6 months. So because we were also looking at the new septic inspector for the county, because DEQ is no longer doing that. They said that we were going to have to take that on ourselves. Holly Kearns in planning had reached out to Harney County, asking them if that was a possibility for them to cover our county for the septic. Jesse Barnes came here and met with all of us. Did you get a chance?
I didn't get to,
Okay.
no.
Okay, met with all of us, and after that, then we got this in about the food inspector, and Heidi provided me with notes from Megan Chansey where she outlined exactly what the food inspector needs in order to be qualified. And in the very end of that, it said anybody that's doing the septic inspectors would be qualified for this. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's a perfect fit. So I got a hold of Jessie before the Christmas break, and she said that I thought that I had the paper in front of me, but I gave it to you guys. She's supposed to follow up.
Yeah, she's gonna
So-
get back to you that it may be a possibility. It says she was gonna do some research and reach out to Malheur County and Baker County staff, so I'm assuming Holly, to see if this is an option.
Right,
forward that to
yes,
Chastity.
and I was just gonna say that. So,
Just give her my copy.
just caveat to the septic inspector, Harney County, she is the inspector for Harney County and some other counties surrounding them. Isn't that right? Yeah, she covers more than just Harney County. So in order to do that, she talked to DEQ and they said, no, you're gonna have to, if you take Baker County, you have to take Union and Wallowa County. And so in that, she told me in the meeting that she was looking at placing a person here for the 3 counties. Would it be feasible at the same time for that person to also cover the food inspector? And so I did send that to Chastity. I had a short conversation with Chastity before the
That would be
session
nice.
about that. And that would, and then Chastity, I think, has talked to Umatilla County.
So, yeah, I reached out to Joe in Umatilla County, and we've been talking about a few different options. Working with Umatilla County would be rather expensive, so we've been talking alternative. So I'd rather go alternative because anyways, so I'm gonna reach out to Jesse. I believe their planning department does their, foodborne of their stuff over in Harney. So that's an option. I'll reach out. I also want to reach out to our liaison through the state and see what options we have there as well.
Okay.
We have a few different options that we can tackle before we get close. Like I said, I'm working with Joe through Umatilla County. He's really, really good to work with. I've also been playing phone tag with Evan through Malheur, who does all of our stuff now. for the past week and a half.
Oh.
This is extremely busy. And he left me a voicemail today. So hopefully I can get on the phone with him and talk with him and really see, kind of the extensive of what he does here. So I can give whoever, going forward, really what they have to look forward to in Baker County. But I will let you guys know as soon as I do something a little bit more solid.
Okay.
So.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's all I
We've got,
have.
yeah, we've got some options,
Yeah.
more than we did a week ago,
Definitely
so,
want to get something that, we gotta get something.
Right.
So
Yep.
so,
it's a big project.
yeah.
All the restaurants, all the RV parks, all the hotels.
Food carts.
Food, and
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing, and that's what Joe was saying, all these food carts that all of a sudden pop up and they're like, when a food cart was got, like
Today. Mhm.
yesterday, because I need it tomorrow.
Mhm.
So, and then if they fail, they gotta come back out, and it's just, it's huge, it's a lot bigger than what I didn't imagine in my head, because we never really dealt with that in-house.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
going forward, I'm trying to work diligently on it with Joe, and he's really helpful.
Mhm.
So we'll see. They've got five inspectors out there in Utah County, using 2 in the next, I think, 2 years, he said. But it's a long process of getting certified, so.
Yeah.
Okay. We just have to
Yeah.
really wait out there. So I think next year, license.
Is it?
Okay. To be certified. And you have to work under somebody who's already certified.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's quite a process. So, but yes, I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go back to ratification.
That frees you up. Thanks for sticking with us.
So I'm gonna abstain because these were, you
Well,
guys
you can
signed
read
those. I can read them, okay.
What's that?
The
Financial.
Oh, yeah.
Let me, know if I can do anything or if OHA needs any other paperwork.
Stop.
She be gone. Okay, so I'm not gonna make a motion. I'll read what you guys already signed out session from the last meeting to this meeting.
Yeah.
The reports that were reviewed and signed were accounts payable, C-84, payroll and payroll AP reports, PR C-59, AP C-85, PRC 61, PRC 60, AP C-87, PRC 62, and AP C-89, and then also the November revenue and expenditure report.
Perfect. I will make a motion to accept the financial report review and ratification from Commissioner Kiesberg.
I'll second.
And I'll abstain.
I've got a motion and a second. I think we ran our audience off. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay.
So do you need this back, Heidi? Do you need this one back?
It stays in
Just
your.
in my packet? Okay.
Do we want to go on to calendar updates? Because mine keep changing. Or do we want to
What
go?
do you mean?
Oh.
Well, we haven't done commissioner update or calendar.
No. I
update.
was wondering what you mean by yours keeps.
Well, I was scheduled for one of the first committee meetings that got knocked down by the governor's state of the state address.
Oh, that's the ALC Legislation Committee.
Yeah.
Are we
So-
all supposed to attend that
On the
separately?
13th.
Don't we
Yeah,
have
I
all
think-
apply that?
I'm in it for all day from 8 to 5.
So I didn't know, because I've got a meeting from 10 to 12 for extension.
Just get in there when you can.
Okay, so go to the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're gonna be better informed if you tune into this first one, so you
Okay.
know going forward. And
Because there were
and-
links, I think, to each one, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes, starts at 8, 10, 1:30,
And 3:30.
3:30
I
or
had
4,
a-
something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
on
had the
the,
Eastern Oregon Housing Committee. It got changed.
So if you're in it all day, then that's great, because then I'll skip, because I'm the commissioner on the Extension Citizen Advisory Network. So I'm the commissioner on that one, and that's our first meeting.
Okay.
yes, I could, because I have, so HHS is at 8, governance, all of that, economic development, that's at 10,
10,
2
yeah.
o'clock, no, 2:30 is the board of directors. I have to now zoom in on the board of directors because if Scarfo from District 1 is gone, then
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to be there for that.
Okay.
And then the legislative committee is at 3:30, and that'd be kind of interesting to listen to since we're just going
Bring
into
it
a
to
long
the-
session.
Yeah,
See,
I
and-
really wanted that one. And so when
Yeah.
when I got the email, I was kind of confused. The original email, I was kind of confused as to
Yes.
what day, what time. So I was moving it to 8 o'clock. Then I went, no, go back to 3:30. So
Because the steering committees will normally, and then like on Friday before, going forward, Friday before will be like natural resource and HHS and some of the
Okay,
other
okay.
steering committees that you'll tune into on the Fridays and then the Mondays.
Okay.
And I might try to stick my head in HHS. I don't know if I'll get all of them. And then I'm on public safety as a co-chair, so.
For AOC.
For AOC.
Yeah, right. Because they put you in at convention.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why would they have those on the same day?
Did you guys get?
The what?
Why would they have those meetings on the same day? If they have, you have the AOC day kind of all scheduled for the 13th, why would they do that? Why would that meeting be the same day? I'm just curious.
Well, I bet a lot. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm not, the state, I bet a lot again. Did you guys get invitation to the state address?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah.
What time? What time is that?
I don't know.
Okay. I didn't get one. I need it.
Yeah. Yeah, do you want to go with do you have your calendar then beyond
I don't
that?
have it. And
Okay.
like I said, I've had 2 or 3 different meetings change and I'm still waiting to hear back on 2 of them. So
Okay.
I don't have anything that concrete except, well, and then what did we decide? The one, after action in Vail is the same day as the
Yes, EOCA.
EOCA.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, we know that you'll be going there. So I've got mine, which may overlap with some of yours.
Yeah.
So I will be going out to Parks tomorrow with
Okay.
Alora. Okay. So I'll be
Okay.
going out there and then, and that's first thing in the morning. I'm gonna go out there and
Okay.
we're gonna look
Okay.
through everything. Donnie's out there with us. She's aware of,
Okay.
that. So, we're gonna go through everything, that there is possible so that we can see where everybody is at, going forward. So that's tomorrow. Sorry. We know what's going on Monday. Wolf Committee meets on the 14th. That's Tuesday.
Okay.
Did you get an application from Katie Sites?
That would
Did
go.
we get an application from Katie Sites for the Wolf Committee?
I haven't seen anything.
Oh.
Oh, I'll follow up because she asked about something when she was filling out her application.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
so I know she's working on it.
Yeah,
so-
she needs to submit
She
it.
would-
I think it's a business representative.
And she would be
position.
like farm credit or out
Oh,
west.
for the board.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I was thinking the
Yes.
same thing, like.
I was
like,
thinking
was there
for
another
cows,
separate
Oh, no. Oh,
position
sorry.
that I
No,
don't
no.
know
She would
about?
be, she works for farm or Egg West.
Okay.
So she would be the business rep.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I
I
would
got
love to see
one.
that. I would
got
love to
one.
see
I just
that.
didn't,
Yeah.
I'm not doing one on the first.
And just so you know, it's, we have to do this every January because we have to expend the, non-lethal funds,
Right.
that the state, gives us. We have to make sure that we've got that all in order and everything and all of the applications for depredations and range
Right,
riding
right,
and
right.
all of
Okay.
that. And so this is a big one. that always
I will
comes up in
find out if
January.
she's put it in. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we have our work session and we have mayor's meeting. Are those gonna be in together? Or are we mayor's in the afternoon or are we doing it all in the
You
morning?
guys decide what
So I have to leave for Corvallis that day because AOC starts Thursday morning or County College starts that Thursday morning.
Yeah.
So the sooner we can get done on Wednesday, I'm being a little selfish here.
Okay, so do it in the morning, yeah, because normally, you know what, it got
Cause I
down to Shane and I leaving on Thursday mornings and getting to class, checking into,
I'm-
and getting
I'm-
to class.
I'm really scared about the roads,
Yeah.
that's, you
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
after that, I don't care.
Our first session, we definitely went down the day before. He passed me on the freeway before Salem on one of them.
Mhm.
Little orange car comes up next to me and I was like, wait, why are they hovering next to me? I'm like, oh.
I
So
know
we've
you
got-
know, but it's
So we
situational
have
awareness.
department heads and elected officials at 8 o'clock on the 18th, right?
So,
We scheduled
well,
a department
okay,
head.
so we got work session on the 15th, 17th is EOCA meeting. The 18th is what?
On the 15th, I have down for department heads and
Oh.
elected officials for an hour.
If you guys want to, I mean, we kind of talked about it, but if you guys don't want to.
Oh, that's right. I kind
We
of
don't
said,
have
it was the first one for the quarter.
And it's more, it's
It's
more,
just a check.
it's more for me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't,
Okay.
I don't care about puppy dogs and rainbows. I want to care about, you know, what's the deal? What's
Can
going on?
can we do it early then for them? Because a lot of them,
o'clock?
you know, prefer early, 8,
Yeah.
you know,
8 o'clock would be great.
8 for department heads. And then, do we have a lot on the work session?
We have to split up our duties.
Just
I
trying to
don't
think.
So I think just what was discussed today.
Okay, I was just thinking about the mayors. If we wanted to get the mayors in at 9 or 10, if we want that work session in between or,
So I'm assuming the work session is to assign committee assignments between the three of us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's something that needs to be talked about
Yeah.
also.
okay, yeah.
So I don't know how long that'll take. Do we have a list of all committees?
So maybe we should.
I've seen your list or Bruce's
Mine's
list.
pretty
It's-
old,
It's old. Yeah.
but that's what we were working off of the last couple of years. and
Yeah.
then-
Yeah, you definitely need to know what all Bruce
Yeah.
was doing
Yeah.
so that you can fill in with that, because I don't know that I'm gonna move from what I'm doing and any committees, boards
You and I
or
might-
questions. But, but you definitely are gonna be
You
taking
and
us
I
in
might
now.
do some trading.
Okay. Figure
Could
out
we,
something.
could
Let's
we,
do that.
could we put the department heads in at
8.
8? And then, could we ask the mayors to be available at 9?
That would be better.
And then after the mayors, we go into the work session, and then there won't be the time, you know.
We won't worry about, yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, and don't say that we'll finish up early. You got it.
No. When we're done, I'll leave.
When you're done.
Does that work for you? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I'll, yep, so 8 o'clock department head, 9 o'clock mayors, 10 o'clock work session.
And they're gonna want to know what's on the agenda for the department heads and more. It's just,
Whatever they want.
it's
on it.
called Michelle 101.
Yeah.
You can call it Michelle 101.
Yeah, it's just, we were doing those quarterly and
And then I think one of the questions is do they, you know, it's talked to Dan McQuiston. He really wants to see it. Because he thinks there's some synergy that you can take off of.
Yeah.
If people, you know, when they're working on something, you can, oh, wow, I knew about that, or I'm
Well,
working on that.
It's kind of like the
IT,
mayor's meetings.
yeah.
When we hear from everybody, it's
Yeah.
like getting on board.
Yeah.
well, and
So,
like, we won't hear from Donnie and Water for another,
Marcy,
yeah.
Marcy.
oh yeah, Donnie and Marcy, yeah, you won't hear from them for another year.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean. you
I mean,
might.
well, we're
Okay, you
constantly in.
yeah,
There's
but I'm
gonna be
just
park
saying-
updates, but Marcy especially.
Yeah.
It's
you know,
every 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you did
Well,
want to
especially
do
as
a
it's time for
quarterly
budget.
hour check-in, just,
Yeah, you know, and I heard from a couple department heads just recently within the last month, and they said, oh, those were a waste of time. It's like, well, okay, let's make it not a waste of time. What do we
exactly.
really
What do you
wanna
guys want
focus
from
on?
it? What do you guys?
What do you, yeah.
yeah.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's more like, what do you need to tell us, not,
Yeah.
Or everybody, just
Yeah.
everybody get together.
True.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. And then past that, you know, I mean, we've got the work session on the 15th, so, but I will let you know, coming up, Powder Basin TMDL, where all agencies get together, is on the 23rd.
okay.
So that is DEQ, and it sounds like they're gonna go virtual, but I don't know.
Okay.
There could be some of them in person, but it sounds like just to get all those agencies together, that it's gonna be the majority.
And that's the first one that everybody's come together that's affected.
Yes,
Okay.
everybody has been contacted separately, but they have, DEQ has to hold the one all together
Right.
with all agencies, and then
Right.
this is it. And then also on the 22nd, just to put on your radar, is that DOE, Department of Energy, hydrogen, and it's a 6 PM Zoom, about the hydrogen hub and environmental impact statement that includes the Durkee.
Okay.
Durkee is in there, even though we haven't seen anything through our planning department. So I wanted to just zoom in and kind of listen to that. And then I'll remind you,
And
like,
that is from the Department of Energy?
yeah,
Not the,
it is
the hub.
DOE.
That is so
It
weird.
is DOE. So those are just a couple coming up, and then I do have FIC later on this month, and
Okay.
we have DEQ placer mining coming back around. Oh no, that's the comments are due on that. So hopefully we can open up some more mining. So hello. busy
It
jump, but
started- yeah.
but you know, legislative long session is always like, it's just January.
Right, yeah.
Here we go.
I wish we could peek at the proposed bills before.
Why can't we?
I don't know.
I've
I'll
been
try to-
searching, I went on
I
Legiscan
did too,
and
yeah.
It's just not there yet?
there's just a few things, and, you know, speaking about that, Peggy Brown
Because
from
I'm gonna be
OTAG.
meeting with, yeah, because Peggy would be a good one, but also ECAN has a legislative person, and so maybe I can figure out how to get
Well, I
there.
think-
We'll get it
But
on
I'm just
Monday
not-
for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
some of
I
it will
think
start
Peggy had
trickling in.
said that she's seen them, but it's stuff people have sent to her. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not,
She highlighted a couple. One for me that I'm gonna be looking for is that, the use of trails, the recreation immunity. Because they put that in place temporary after that
Oh,
lady sued in
yeah.
Tillamook County or
Yeah.
one of the coastal counties. They put it into place to protect us. It's recreational immunity, but it's just it's
It's
just
a placeholder
it's a
until-
placeholder for now. And there is supposed to be legislation coming through. I'm gonna definitely be looking for that. If you guys see it, let me know.
yeah,
Donnie is really, she wants to testify on that one.
Yeah.
I could follow a city up with a Leo Adler going right through.
The city should be on it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah,
actually, when you
like the
look at a
Leo
lot
Adler,
of the
the-
cities,
The new splash pad that they're putting in, things like
Yeah.
that, you know?
a lot of our cities, look at Sumter.
Yeah.
And all the recreational stuff
Yeah.
up there, you know, I mean, there's so much. So,
Yeah.
so that is one of them that I'm looking for, but I'm sure there's gonna be plenty. And Peggy did mention a couple that she's watching, that she's gonna be looking for, but
Yeah.
other than that.
So I'm gonna go through mine. So, I have Kathy's retirement party on Thursday. I was gonna try and go over.
Yay, thanks for
Oh, okay.
representing.
I'll go do that. And then, I'm meeting with Travis on Friday, just starting to meet individually with department heads, so.
Yep.
And then we've got, on Monday, I have Extension Citizen Advisory Network at 10, and then AOC legislation all day, whatever we do, AOC all day. And then on the 14th, the museum, they're doing Anthony Lakes that night, and then the night at the museum. So when they do their speaker series, it's Anthony Lakes. I love those. I go anytime I can.
I wonder if they're gonna include from the hospital. I wonder if they know, I mean, from
Oh,
the
yeah.
state hospital in
Probably
Anthony.
not. I probably don't know.
You'll experience it at
Okay.
county college.
Okay. So then on Wednesday, the 5th, we have a work session, and then I leave for Corvallis County College. And then for the next meeting, I'm on the recycling modernization
yeah,
act,
Bruce was
so
on that.
I have that. And then I also have a hospital steering committee meeting on that Tuesday. And then that takes us up to the next meeting.
Shane missed that at county college when we went to the ginormous recycling, outside of
right,
Salem.
yeah.
He missed that, but it is.
Yeah,
It
well,
is
so
a good
trying
one.
to just read all this stuff, so I've taken the class, you know, or
Yeah.
the whole thing, and then we have this room reserved on Tuesday, January 21st. So Stephen Henry and Gabriel
Oh, good.
from Halfway, I can't remember Gabriel's last name,
Yeah.
from the sanitation.
The-
Yes, anyway, so
Yeah,
it's on
I-
Teams, but I reserved it here in case they wanted to come in and we could all meet together.
Okay.
So we did that, and I get to have keys to my office, I can move in.
Good.
That's all I got.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, meeting adjourned.
Yay.
I'll,